Hey everybody. Morning, totally unplanned live, but I couldn't let this one go. I couldn't. I tried. Hey Kate, if you want to jump up, you're more than welcome. Hey Taylor and Truth. Pass, thank you for showing up. Um, as we all know, and my new name for her is the Sims playing tampon because guess where she's trying to insert herself. Her name was briefly mentioned on a live last night. And she grabbed that like a pit bull and she's going to play with it. Whole lot of crazy. Okay, so I'll just let everybody kind of trickle in. Hi, Lynn. Um, I'll put the link on the in the description. Anybody that has anything to say, you're welcome to come up. You don't have to. I'm just putting it out there. Let me click. Nice. Come on, stop that. I have to wait till my ADHD medication kicks on, and then I'm really good. There we go. Hey, Rochelle. Okay, so there was a big live last night on involving Gigi, Belinda, Little Boots, Yo Mama. I'm peeling an orange and distracted. Sorry. Um, and I think Jan's views popped up there, and Fedora Check. So I was in and out because, gosh darn it, there were a lot of lives um, that were on. I kept jumping to and fro. So I mostly watched Gigi's because it was on fire, and now I missed this because this must have been said. So I'll preface this: I don't know what Belinda said, but it probably wasn't flattering to our subject of today's video. Is um so the video was mostly about Yo Mama and his relationship or relations with certain reactors to the Chantel and Amberlyn girlverse, and about the unfortunate unaliving of another content creator, which I will respect and not mention her name. This isn't about her. And Beastly has decided to latch on to that little bit of information she may have or observed and is now comparing herself or relating to this woman. And I have no real background. I know that Yab and Sam have spoken about it. I know I think it was Witty Widow spoke about it, and some other people. I was never involved in that part of the YouTube drama community. So although I heard, I was not informed or I didn't inform myself. So I won't say any more about it because I don't know. Um, yeah, Kate, I got what you meant. So anyway, last night she was hinting that she was going to contact Yo Mama and start some shit up. She's also tagged a lot of people. And I'm going, no, not again. Do we have to do this again? Yeah, apparently we have to. Hey, Annie J. So anyway, she's on. Angela, hi. Thank you for coming up or showing up. I mean, um, so yeah, this is she. Listen, Simsy. beastly, piggy. Nobody wants you. Nobody cares. You got a court date coming up that you stupidly chose trial. You should be concentrating on that. Didn't you all promise us yesterday that you were going to take us on a field trip to your weight loss doctor so you could live stream your claims of being 160 pounds, which we all know you're not? And you're upset because your ex and the father of two of your children that you have no custody and haven't seen in years decided he had enough of you and started doing videos, which I reacted to one of them. Yeah, so now you're circling the drain because he's not, like I want to jump back to a point she was when she was yelling at Jay, that she called him, and she was still in contact, and they're friends and they speak, and how what he would never believe anything we said. She hadn't watched my video or his video either. I did a react on his video. So she didn't know what he had said. So there she is, being all confident and, about what was said. And then she listened. And you knew at the precise moment when she comprehended that he was not her friend. That was glorious. However, going back here, I jumped ahead. Um, she then, after that, he was an abuser, a wife beater, child abuser, gotta stop saying that, child predator. All of a sudden he's all these evil, horrible things. Yet 5 minutes ago they were in contact, and she was, his friend, and like, what? Make up your mind. See, this is why nobody believes what comes out of your mouth. You turn on a dime and you're stupid. All right. So I got that little pettiness out of my system here. Got my orange. Okay. So let's have a little peek see at what she's doing live. And before I can continue with that, this is in defense of this community and her lies. Opinions are not facts, and everything is alleged. I also want to say she cannot back up anything. She has no receipts, and what receipts she does have are altered. We have the receipts. We have everything archived, and everything is precise. Kate Waxlover and all the ladies in Discord, Rochelle, we we are quite we watch because she spreads her hate and her lies all over the place. Oh, my disclaimer is in the description. I should type out a banner, but anyway, let's listen to the beginning of her current lie, and let's talk about it. Let me know if you can hear it, please.
I got some key points that I want to talk about. And I did a deep dive this morning. And no, I don't care what people got to say. I'm not even paying attention to a group right now because they're shadow banned on my channel.
Can you hear it? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Nova. Okay, I'll start it again. Hang on.
For right now because I've got things that I got to deal with them personally over. So they're not going to be mentioned at this moment.
How kind.
I'm going to deal with a situation that repeatedly keeps happening to me in an old sector that I used to be a part of.
She's such a victim.
I keep getting mentioned to new people,
No, she
but yet
doesn't.
I'm shadow banned over there, meaning that I'm blocked. But yet my name keeps being brought up in new situations.
No, nobody's talking about you other than the few of us that follow you around, that document you. And you're using shadow band in the wrong way. YouTube does that. Individuals just block you because you're nuts.
That I have nothing to do with. And regardless what anybody has to say about it, if you speak my name, speak on my name, I absolutely have a right to defend myself, to talk about what was said.
Guess what? So do we. So do we. We also have the right to defend ourselves and straighten up your lies or debunk your lies or whatever you wish to use the words.
And I have a right to say my side on this story.
Yes, you have the right. You absolutely have the
Now, I'm
right.
constantly being brought up.
We also have the right. So let's just remember this, okay? Okay.
And again, the idiots that I'm dealing with personally absolutely have no clue what the hell's going on in the old community that I'm from and why I've mentioned what I've mentioned and why I'm being brought back and the attention's being drawn over there. Of course, the
Nobody brought you back. Your name was mentioned in passing on a panel. They didn't dwell on you. Nobody cares. You're sort of like that accident that happened a few years back that you vaguely remember. Yeah, that's you.
idiot that's here from that community can't tell the truth to save her soul. Or the two idiots that come over from that community.
Hello.
They're trolls. Now, I have tagged some
Excuse
certain
me.
people that I hope that this video can stay up.
And we all know it isn't. You know it isn't. We know it isn't. But carry on.
And rightfully that they can get to hear what I've got to say.
Oh, God.
Because again, my name was brought up
In
in the
passing.
old community with a situation that I absolutely had nothing to do with.
Hey, Annie J.
The
did
same reason why
Nova.
I brought it up a couple of days
Glenn.
ago, yesterday,
Can't
and
remember.
I'm going to bring it up today.
Okay.
A certain individual that was connected to an old community of mine unlived herself.
Old.
Now, there is
What? Old.
talk on the YouTube streets over there that the community that I
So she's inserting herself in the old community where the person that took her own life. I'm going to need confirmation and receipts on that. Or are you saying that you were just around there lurking? Because I can't see that community with those people would have anything to do with you. No.
was involved with is the reason that this person took and unlived herself. I absolutely believe it.
You go
Because
right
again,
ahead,
I'm going
Kate.
to say, like I said early this morning, like I said yesterday, and I'm going to keep on saying it. I was your first target,
Oh,
and you didn't get to push me to where you wanted to. You got me there twice. But unfortunately
oh boy.
and fortunately,
Oh boy.
I've got protection from heavens above that won't allow that to happen.
Religious mania. Oh, I think
But
Carlos is coming in with her food.
again, I'm not going. I'm going to shadow ban their name today in in
Shadow
this
ban.
video. The present community who is taking part in the same activities absolutely don't know why the shit's being brought up on my behalf.
What?
Because again, I'm going to repeat, my name's being involved with this young lady's life and the unlifing of her.
Well,
Just
since
like
I
it was
missed that,
last night in a
I
certain
missed what was said. Um, could it be compared to somebody that had such an issue with online bullying and had sadly taken her life, or the fake over here that's trying to get people to sympathize with her when she fake killed herself and blamed everybody else? There were a couple of people that did believe she had died and had done videos. She didn't care. She just, and she's probably going to bring up the fact that uh, Candy Morgan phoned her partner's job and he got fired, which is patently untrue. It was a text now number, and it was Carlos that answered the phone. So we've gone through this before. She just keeps replaying this scenario, thinking everybody believes her. So won't get into that story because it's already out there. That whatever.
creator that kicked off everything that I'm still experiencing right now. And regardless what anybody thinks, I have a right to say something when that community brings my damn name up.
Again, your name was said in passing. The video wasn't about you. That live wasn't about you. You're just a fart in the wind. I know it's hard for you to accept that, but seriously, you're just a fart in the wind.
If you're going to speak on me, then have the balls to unblock me and let me come say something to your.
Why do they have you blocked, I wonder? Is it the constant harassing phone calls? You know, your ex played them on video. Maybe I'll bring up that video. We'll see.
Face. Otherwise, leave my name out of this situation because I can
God.
and will get attention.
So, yeah, pick me, tampon. I'm desperate for attention because this community just laughs at her now. She's trying to get into Yo Mama's pants. I have all the lives in my channel here, everything, and we have screenshots and clips. So you go, girl.
In one way or another. Understand?
Oh, I understand.
So, again, in a live stream,
Mm-hmm.
a young lady by the name of Little Mama was brought up about the unlifing situation that happened to her.
Which you
Apparently,
have nothing to do with, and no good goddamn reason for bringing her up, other than you want to insert yourself. It's already been done. It's done and dusted. It's already been autopsied and put to bed. Leave it alone.
She was attached to the
Yeah,
haters and the
Kate.
hater nation, the anti haters. And because she unlived herself, people want to bring up situations, but I'm the only one named with faking their deaths when fraud
Oh my God. She was severely bullied online on all her platforms. She already had some issues. Leave that woman's memory alone. You're a grave robber. You're a ghoul. You're one of those creepy people in the morgue that touch dead people. Just leave it alone.
froggy was the number one person in the community that is still connected to the community that pulled some shit as well. But that's not mentioned. I'm mentioned. And I like to clear the air on a little
Oh, the arrogance, the absolute arrogance.
situation. At the time that I did my situation, I was nowhere near connected to your community. So I don't understand
What are you talking about?
why my name was brought up in a live stream again last night and why I'm being blamed and used as a reason for people to go real life on people's
Kate, you were in Kate Winza, you were in that live, and so were some others. Can you tell me what was actually said by Belinda about her? Because I don't think it was that long and that profound.
tragedies. I never had a GoFundMe. I never
Oh, yes, you did. We also have screenshots of those.
told anyone that I needed money. So the pure reason
The pure reason, everybody.
is falsehood that I was brought up in a live stream last night. And I'm sick.
You faked your death several times. You faked a house fire, put up a GoFundMe for that. You faked a picture of a man, we have pictures of that, in the hospital, hooked up to life saving equipment, um, that died later that day. You were crowdfunding for that until you got debunked. You know, image search, reverse search is such a blessing, don't you think?
Sick and tired of being the fall guy for every time you guys want to pull some fuckery in
You make yourself the fall guy. Nobody does anything but observe and archive.
your fucking community. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm tired on it on Charlie Gold's behalf,
Oh
and
God.
I'm tired of it on the gaining grounds half. I count
Can you tell me when was the last time he ever mentioned your name? Even spoke about you, acknowledged you? That's why you can't stand it. That's why you keep dredging up 3-year-old drama. It's you that do it, not us. You. It's a you thing.
accountability needs to fall with the people that's all involved. I'm not the blame for everything in nobody's community.
Yes, you are.
And I'm sick and tired of it.
So are we.
I'm not. And I'm not the only one in that community that faked their death, if that's the way you want to put it.
You're the only one I know that faked their death. The other one you're trying to associate didn't fake her death. What's the matter with you?
Froggy Pie, aka
Uh,
Froggy, aka whatever the frick you want to call her, was the one connected to.
do you know what? Froggy Pie was definitely a problem. She really was. But she had her own come to Jesus moment, apologized. There are a lot of people still that give her a side eye, but she, as far as I know, and I could be wrong, um, she might be doing something else in another community. But so far, it's been quiet on this Western front.
Your community that faked her death. I wasn't connected to your community.
But you sure know the players.
And there was no GoFundMe's attached to anything that I did.
Ha ha
So that little excuse
ha.
that
Liar,
Sam
liar,
threw
liar.
out there against your yo mama last night was absolutely false fucking hood.
Because you got the receipts for that, right? Hmm.
And I'm sick and tired of a community that can sit over there and lie against my name,
Oh, God.
and I can't defend myself in that community.
Nah, you're a known pathological liar.
Oh, but you can use me when you need me, huh?
Who needs you?
But when it comes to situations like that, I get.
Listen, who needs you? Even the addict keeps away from you because you're a whole other level of nuts. But you keep trying to squeeze in there, don't you?
Blocked, right?
I think so too, Kate Winslet.
Now, I'm not going to play the live stream because everybody knows it's still up. And if it's not, then it's been archived on fucking Kiwi Farms.
Why would Kiwi Farms archive? They archive problematic cows. I mean, somebody could have. It's a possibility. I don't know. But you're making, there's a reason why Kiwi farmers hate you. There's a reason why you have that banner across your picture, person of interest. There is reasons. And those that know.
It's the live stream that was done by the Gaining Ground on the Gaining Grounds channel last night, where Gaining Ground, Hillbilly Belinda, Yo Mama,
She got a little list.
Sam, Little Boots, Fedora Chick, and some other lady came up on the panel. But before Fedora Chick and Little Boots had their say,
Mm-hmm.
Sam Topher and Belinda had mentioned my name to an individual who absolutely don't know the situation or who the fuck I am.
You
And there was
can?
comments made by
Well,
saying
that would be
Topher,
funny.
Tafer, whatever the hell this lady is. And look, I'm not scared of you, Sam. I'm
That's
not
what
scared of
that
you, Yaba.
Kate Winslet, this is what set her off. This is why she's live. Is because her name was mentioned briefly. And she's latched onto that to bring herself in to what she hopes is relevancy. Even then, Gigi was like, ugh, don't mention that one. Yeah, Kate, what exactly did Belinda say? Because I find this fascinating that she was there when her name was uttered.
And I'm not scared to speak to your face or about you. You don't intimidate me.
Ay,
So please take a seat with your fuck shit.
why would you say that? What is that with that sentence? Like anybody came for you that made videos about you or calling you out other than me. Should I be jealous?
You do not run me over here. You may run and intimidate people over there and think that you got some fucking control on people's panels, but you don't run me, nor will you run my streets of
Get over yourself, you tard.
the YouTube.
Remedial. I don't know what to say anymore.
And I'm going to put that out there to you, Miss Sam. It goes along the lines of this.
Oh my God.
Apparently, I was used.
Okay, Kate, thank you. So it was a brief, brief, brief fart in the wind. There you go, Lana. You got your quarter of a second brief mention. You go off, girl.
As an excuse for Sam and Yaba to go into Little Mama's obituaries
What?
and the statuses of her husband's GoFundMe's. Apparently, the community thought
That's what Sam and Yaba do. They go and check to see. They are receipt collectors and they need to find out stuff before they speak on it. Unlike you. You take a little bit of information and you blow it all out of proportion, like your importance in the other community. You're just a stain on people's shoe. They try to scrape it off, but you just can't get you off of them.
that he was scamming. But here's the situation. Again, my name should have never been brought up.
Oh God. The audacity, or should I say the
Because the
audacity.
situation on me trying to convince the YouTube streets that I was dead
Okay,
and
thanks,
Kiwi
Caitlin.
Farms that I was dead never resulted in no fucking GoFundMe's on my death. Now, if you're talking about the scammy GoFundMe that Rochelle Jones did, then you need to go talk to them.
Rochelle, my hero.
I had nothing to do with that.
Okay. Now, what Rochelle did was put up a GoFundMe for Alana's Nikes. Before her fake weight loss surgeries, she tried to walk, and Carlos was following her around with a chair. When she finally sat down after an X amount of time, we she had the camera pointed at her shoes. And yes, we were making tasteless jokes about those poor shoes dying. And maybe we should put up a GoFundMe for the funeral for her Nikes. So what Rochelle did, she actually set it up, took a screenshot, and then canceled it. And then put the screenshot up on her community tab. This idiot took it and tried to report Rochelle to GoFundMe. Of course, there was no real record and it was canceled. So, and we tried to explain this to her before, but this doesn't fit her narrative. So she's like a dog with a bone. She won't let it go.
And that came about last year, long after the situation of what I did. And I had nothing to do with that. That was a bullying harassment situation over my weight loss surgery. It had nothing to do with the situation of me trying to convince Kiwi Farms in these YouTube streets that I
Oh.
was no longer alive. There was no GoFundMe's around me saying that I unlived myself.
Do you know why? You didn't have time. You were so pissed that after you pretended to have the heart attack and car crash, that we talked about it for a few days and then we forgot about you or we moved on. Now, the reason for that phone call that you insist was to Carlos's job, and at first we thought it was the number to his job. We were only trying to find out what funeral house was handling you so we could send flowers. We have said that from the get go. Because if you really did suffer a heart attack in a car crash, us being, compassionate people, and we are, we're going to send flowers. We all were going to do a group buy of some nice flowers for you. Then, when the call was made, and it was made on a live, it was Carlos that answered the phone and had no idea what we were asking. Had no idea for the first 30 seconds what was going on until it kicked in and he tried to fake it. Didn't work. We were all high as fuck. We admitted it. It was the funniest damn thing. And I'm so sorry that live is gone because it was hilarious.
So, why my name was the only name mentioned, along with this fuck shit of you going in someone's personal life to do some weird research on someone,
Mm-hmm.
I've had about enough.
Can you tell us about your extra devices that the police still have full of information? Some seriously fucked up information about people you don't like? Can we talk about that? No? Hmm.
And I'm just going to let you know that.
Okay. Duly noted. Exactly, Kate. She ruined her day off.
I'm going to plainly let you know that, Miss Sam, because nobody on this side of YouTube ever scammed anyone over my name and the death associated to it.
Sam, you want info and receipts? Hit me up.
So let's get that clear and straight out in the open. If you all wanted to be the weirdos, then you need to take accountability and put it upon your damn self and say that you are the ones that didn't believe it. You're not going to use me
Mm-hmm.
as the fall guy, as the scapegoat, or
Mm-hmm.
the reason that you wanted to be a bunch of weirdos to fucking go.
The word is now she's got me doing it. Scapegoat. Not escape. Scape. Learn your words before you use them. Use them in a sentence. Write it down. Read it out loud. Practice. Practicing is your friend.
Go digging in someone's tragedy to see whether or not it was true.
Spring, spring, or I'm sorry, hope springs eternal, Annie J. She's wishing. She's wishing. Excuse me.
And that's facts.
Jack. Mm-hmm.
Now, let me hit some notes on another subject.
Okay.
Apparently, all of a sudden, Peanut
Oh boy.
is awoke.
What?
And all of a sudden,
What was she sleeping? Who awoke her? I have questions.
Mhm. She's calling out hypocrisies, fuck shit that
Yeah,
is going on.
spit it out, honey.
Now, I have a long time love hate relationship for Peanut. I like that she's got the balls to stand up. But then
Mhm.
I had the hate relationship for her because she absolutely turned a blind eye to certain
Okay, a little backstory to that. This is on her second channel, and she was going on like she does about giving people the chance for an opposing opinion. And I was a mod then, so was Fraggy and Little Boots, I think, and several others. Now, what started this thing off was she would come into chat all nice, but then she started telling Peanut how to run her channel. So we would time her out. She likes to tell the tale that I blocked her. Others may have. I think Fraggy confessed to once or twice. I always just timed her out. And so she would get a little upset about that. So anyway, but then I had bump into her on other lives, other platforms, where she would continuously and viciously tear Peanut down. Now they're saying, well, I don't agree with this and this is why. And then there's her vicious vitriol, and I said, okay, no. And that's how I first cottoned on to her channel. And this is the reason why this channel exists. Because as soon as she noticed people on her channel laughing at her, she blocked us all, which is fine. But then I had things to say. So I started this channel up again. I used to do, unboxings and baggings and shit like that before. And then I just moved on and I became a viewer and not a content creator until her. This is her fault. Oh, little boots here. It was probably you. And I think Fraggy also confessed to doing it. So she's going on about Peanut not. I don't know what Peanut felt about it. He never discussed it with me. I just did my mod duties and just blocked, or not blocked her, but timed her out.
situations in the community and absolutely knew that fuck shit was going on when it was going on and would not call the shit out. So then I had to ask myself,
Okay, Kate says weirdos. Didn't Alana call Gigi on a live stream and even send him his address when she was being Charlie Gold's Yeah, yeah, she does get into that. She takes on the victim thing. And Peanut make her rage quit twice on panel. No, you got your cows right.
with this new awoke Peanut calling out Belinda and shit and other fuck shit that's going now on in the community, what is the alternative motive behind it? Was it because all of a sudden she's now
Ulterior, ulterior motive. She has a ulterior motive. Practice saying the word and then come back and say it properly. Thank you very much.
on the receiving end of what I got in the beginning? And she's now experiencing what everybody who ever stood up to this community experienced? Or is she for real
What
that
are you
blind
even
back
talking
then and
about?
now just seeing the truth?
Huh?
I have to ask myself that
Okay.
because for a long time, I believed back then that Peanut was a truthful, honest individual that saw
Surprise!
the wrongs of what she was doing when she had
I know,
been
Loads. You
wrong
got
towards
bingo
the
cards.
girls. And I'm talking about Amberlynn and mainly Foodie Beauty and situations like that. And that she came to light and realized that she was being mean and wanted to stand up against this type of behavior. The
Uh-huh.
gang piling, the bullying, the going after people that suffered.
Isn't that funny that she insists on holding everybody else up to a certain standard, yet fails miserably at being a human? Interesting.
From some type of illness, whether it be an eating disorder or both mental and an eating disorder.
Yep, exactly.
And then when I got emerged with her, that's when the love hate relationship started.
Dear.
Because while she was standing there calling out the hater side, there was a bunch of fuck shit going on right in her face with shit that was going on in around and with her friends.
Uh-huh.
And I would often try to ask her to her face in her chat about certain things, but because of moderators she had at that time,
Hi.
I would get blocked. And then I would come to my channel to ask her about that. And then again, to have the story told, I was being two-faced.
You were trying to control her narrative, her channel, and her chat, and you failed. And that's why you were timed out and blocked.
No, I wasn't. Because
Yes, you
even
were.
now, she claims she loves to have a debate and she don't want robots. That everybody should be able to have a healthy discussion or disagreement. Well, if that's
She
the
says
fucking
that.
truth, then why was I shadow banned
You weren't
in the
shadow
community?
banned.
Why was I targeted, shadow banned?
Yep, she chews on everything that offends her. Everything. Doesn't matter how long ago it was. She stores that in her little cheeks like a chipmunk, ready to chew on it again and again and again.
And absolutely called a troublemaker and a fucking liar over there. See, I don't get the mentality of all this. I don't get the mentality of what you're saying, Peanut.
Trust me, Peanut ain't listening to you.
Because I was absolutely shadow banned for my
You were not shadow banned, you idiot.
independent thoughts and my opinions. I was called a liar
You are.
because I absolutely saw a situation different than everyone else. I was targeted.
No, you were combative and a backstabber. You offered no cohesive argument. You were just spewing shit to spew it.
For hate from your bestie, the gaining ground, because I stood my grounds against him.
You stood your ground against him. Interesting, if that's how you see it.
And the dumb shit about it is I never said nothing publicly.
No, because you were being a see you next Tuesday in the background.
I just told him behind the scenes what he did wrong. Listening to my name being brought up because I
Mhm.
still have people in that community that comes over here and lets me know when my name's brought up over there.
What?
Because they had seen that
Upcoming gay op.
90% of the issue wasn't mine, and that 98% of the time that I was telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
There was a 2%. It all depends on how people want to see it. I did troll.
She's trying to lay a background, Angela, of her innocence. So she is trying to weave together and very badly a background to her and why she's relevant when she's not. She's always just been that annoying mosquito that buzzes around. You try to swipe it away and it just doesn't.
Some people see that as being dishonest. To me, I don't see it as being dishonest. I see it as me being fucking petty. But other people see it as being dishonest.
It was dishonest.
I'm not going to argue with that. You
Good.
see it the way you want to see it. I see it the way I want to see it. And I'm not going to argue. Was it right for me to do it at the time? No. But have I owned up to that behavior? I even owned up on it when I got gang piled on Peanut's terminated channel when Gigi would scream over me and wouldn't let me speak.
Because you're an idiot and you had no argument. And you are vicious with your language when you are frustrated. So you were screaming? Did you get him to scream back at you? Probably. And then Peanut screams too. It was a lovely, lovely, cohesive, comprehensible live. Angela, interrupt all you like.
I have never denied any activities that I done that I rightfully fucking done. And I have repeatedly said this.
Oh, dear.
If I did it, I will admit it to it.
No, you won't.
But I'm not going to own up to people's fuck lies shit.
That is why we document you. That's why we archive you. Because you changed the story. You changed, there may be some things that are truthful in what you say, but you have lied so often to so many different people that you literally are the boy that cried wolf. No one believes you. And no one will ever take you seriously. You have ruined your own reputation. It's all on you. It's a you thing.
And I won't. And that's the end of the story. I'm not.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to own up to fucking trolls making accounts of.
Do you like her background? This is her new house. Yes, notice the lovely grand piano and the fireplace, wood burning, I believe. The vaulted ceilings, the double glazed windows, or triple now, I think. Anyway, sorry, it's a little sidetrack there.
Me to get shit started against me. I'm not going to own up to shit that I did not do.
Uh-huh. Do go on.
I was on Peanut's panel. The moment she asked me a question and Gigi did not like the answer, he started screaming over me. She asked me, well, do you feel like you've been dishonest? And I said, I feel like that I trolled people. And I could not speak.
Troll people. Well, you can call it that if you want.
After that, he started screaming, so you're admitting to being dishonest. And I had to get louder than him and say, that is not what I'm saying.
No, see, dear, that's what you do. When you don't have an argument back, you get loud. That's what most people with no argument do. They either start flinging words, dirty words, filthy words, vulgar words, hurl around insults if they cannot back up their argument. That's what they do. You have no argument. That's why that panel was heated. That's why you started screaming Gigi probably was quite loud for him, and we all know what Peanut's like. So, yeah, no.
I'm saying I trolled.
I know.
Well, isn't that being dishonest? One could see it that way, but I don't. And he would continue and continue, scream, yell, and scream, yell, 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 and scream.
Hey, you wish.
And then he tried to intimidate me sitting right in her face. Well, this all can end if you would stop following and going and sitting in other people's chats that are against me.
So you were a topic of conversation. I mean, like you do on your channel? You sit there and you pick somebody like munching and chatting and go on week long rants, file false flags on her content, which, by the way, she won. You mean like that? My goodness.
How are you going to dictate who I watch and who I want to talk to?
Nobody ever did that, but you do.
And who I choose to take up for and who I choose not to take up for.
You take up for people you don't know. You target somebody that may be having a problem in their chosen community, maybe an argument with several other people or even the channel host. You zero in like a missile and you start taking up for this person that has no idea who you are and what you're like. You go in there and you decimate communities. Kate and I follow behind, trying to clean up after you. Now, I've said this story before. I followed you, and I admit it, right into Munching and Chatting's chat when you were pretending to be a nurse. And I slid into the reply section of Annie Janney, and I told her. Now, she didn't know me either. I didn't make a video. I didn't go on the main and started keep hurling accusations. I quietly replied to what Annie Janney had said and then quietly informed her that you were not a nurse. You had stolen your mother's credentials and photoshopped your information on it. Not that your mother was an RN, but she worked in the health field and had a lanyard. That's what you did.
And I looked at him and said, Gigi, I'm not going to follow you and I'm not going to lie for your ass. And he got irate and started screaming at me. And eventually, I guess he privately texted Peanut and told her to boot me off the chat and blocked me.
So you got actual proof that's what was said? We're going to need receipts. We're going to need DMs. No? Didn't think so.
And that's what happened. Although it was led to believe that I couldn't take the heat and I ran. I've never
Well, of course you did.
backed down from no one. And I still won't.
Nobody would ever ask. Anybody that even knows what you're like would never ask you to back them up on anything unless they would profit somehow from that alliance. You are an information farmer. You like to get everybody's information. You like to spew it out. You like to think you're doing something, like using my legal name. It's out there now. It has little impact. Doesn't bother me anymore. You doxed me for 5 hours on a banner on one of your lives. I've got I've got that live. I've got the screenshots too. Wow. Yeah. Hmm.
So again, the question is, Peanut, were you innocently blind to the things that were going on in your face because you just simply didn't want to see it, or didn't see it because they were your friends of what the fuck shit they were doing to me and several other people in the community? Or
A
are
what?
you just now awoke because they're doing to you what they've done to many others in the community
A woke?
when they've stood up against the fuck
I
shit
gotta love
and
that.
said something? Because let's remember, I'm not the only one. They did it to sheep. They did it to drunk girl on a treadmill. I
Oh,
forget
now
who
listen
else
to
it's
that
been
old shit. Now that
over the
happened a long
years.
time ago.
And again, I'm going to say his name, Negs.
She never has them. Never.
Negs, they used, abused, and tossed him out like a fucking piece of trash.
How was that done? I would love to know how that was done. He lost his own channel, his own self. People tried to warn him. His friends tried to warn him. Stop, stop, and he ignored them. He even admits that he ignored the advice. And the loss of his channel was his own fault until he hooked up with DC Media. And then the story changed. Mm-hmm.
That man come over and absolutely suicide baited me over because he would not listen to me and believed every word that the gaining ground had told him
Oh my God.
against me.
Oh, I'm not denying the fact that she was DMing him, but she's already at that time had the worst reputation.
Absolutely refused to look at anything I had,
Uh-huh.
believed that
And you still haven't sat down and figured that out?
a troll account came and threatened him, doxed him, and every fucking thing else. When all the while I'm sitting here screaming, the only account that I had at that time was my Sims account. And nobody
Oh, please. You've got so many troll accounts. It's you we even have a list of them because you would be so inebriated that you were trying to show us receipts on your phone and you would click the wrong thing. And thank God for the screenshot queens because we couldn't believe your stupidity.
would listen to me. The account that I had
Hmm.
when I was fucking with Gigi on Twitter had got terminated because of him.
She has many, many, many Twitter accounts, which she all are full of requests to Team YouTube to delete either me and more specifically, munching and chatting. She even threatened to sue YouTube if they didn't comply with her requests. Team YouTube, in a very polite way, told her to fuck off.
And his clan. The only account at that time on Twitter was my Sims 4 account that
No,
I still very much have.
we have a list of her accounts. Trust me. Mm-mm.
And Negs went to war and did the utmost fuck shit for gaining ground in his community and was tossed out like a piece of fucking shit when he lost his channel. Nobody fought for him. Nobody stood up for him. Nobody said anything for the man.
Because he asked everybody. He was like that guy that says, "Oh no, don't buy me a present. No, no, I don't need anything." And then the people believe him. And then he's all pissed off because nobody brought him a present. He told everybody in that community, "Don't defend me, don't." And they so to protect their own channels, and I would have done the same thing. But then he was really pissed behind the scenes, started going in after people. Belinda, Gigi, whoever else was a supporter. They started to take their support away from him from his Patreon and his memberships. Because who wants to be yelled at like that in Discord? That even inflamed him more. And I'm just giving you the very light because we can go in for this for days. So yeah, see, this is what she does. If it sounds like she's taking up for somebody and they'll be grateful that somebody's defending them, yeah, in normal circumstances, yeah. But it's her. Nobody wants her to defend them. She doesn't get that.
Once he was
I mean,
inexpensible to them, he was forgotten
it was not
and no longer
forgotten.
needed. And that's the common theme. If you stand up for something that's wrong, or if you even stand up for yourself.
Well, little boots, and she accuses us of going to the past, and no, we just tell the people what really happened. She's the one that rolls around in it like a pig in shit, which is why she's dirty pig. But I digress.
Your dog piled, defamed, deplatformed,
Mm-hmm.
and absolutely, if
Which
you're
was his own damn fault, and he knows it.
small enough, they will relentlessly come after you to try to get you off the internet altogether so that
That was Loaf's community. That's how Negs lost his channel, was Life of a Free Spirits channel. When she was relatively popular, she would get her stands all riled up and they took him down. I'm sure Charlie Gold's community helped, but it was not the other side. It was not the anti-haters.
their fuck shit won't be exposed, or they will make it their mission to make it look like you're fucking crazy so no one will listen to you.
Is there a little like self-awareness in that statement? Oh yeah, you wish we aren't allowed.
Now, arguably, we all know that I suffer from mental illness. We all
So does 95% of YouTube. Your point?
know at that time that I wasn't in my right mind. But again, responsibility and accountability needs to lie in everybody's situation.
Hmm.
Not one person is blamed for anything that fucking happened back then. And I'm not going to continue to be the scapegoat, the reason that you weird ass motherfuckers keep going in people's personal lives.
Oh dear. She's in insane handle with Gare. Oh dear. And it's scapegoat, not a scapegoat. Oh dear. Well,
And that's facts. I'm not your scapegoat. I'm not your reason.
okay.
It was damn near clear that anybody that had any communication with me back then knew something was seriously wrong with me. and you still chose to have something to do with me.
I know, Miss Parker. Hello and
Accountability
welcome.
needs to be accountability. And I'm tired of it.
Oh, we all
So
are too.
again, I love Peanut for the fact that she's got the balls and she's a lot like me. She refuses to back down from anybody. But I also have to
Peanut
ask,
has
are you fake awoke?
Peanut has
Because you're now receiving the treatment that you refuse to look at.
Peanut has a problem with reading the room and taking in what her chat is saying to her. She has no real research skills. She relies on people to fill her in. We all know it.
Pay attention to or call attention to back then when they were doing it to other people because you're getting it now? Or were you absolutely unaware of it? That's what I want to ask you, Peanut,
Oh, okay. Hey,
because
BPL.
you participated in activities against sheep. You participated in activities against drunk girl on a treadmill.
Nobody cares about those two. I've lost view of them years ago. Is anybody else? Are they still on Twitter? Are they still making stupid content?
When they tried to validate a simple thing to you that they were trying to call Gigi out on a behavior that was wrong, and he did a smear campaign against them, and you participated in that.
As I recall, they tried to do a fake ass, stupid documentary that was so laughable they finally took it down or canceled the channel. I can't recall. Yeah, not exactly Kate Winslet. Like who cares? Take Bella out for a pee, you dummy. Hang on. Let me move this forward.
On a treadmill was a part of that panel, absolutely privately in a Discord with you guys, brought it to attention that it was inappropriate what happened. And
No, I believe
all
he got pissed because he didn't want to use her intro music. She threw a tantrum and flounced off.
like what happened with me, you guys took it publicly and dogpiled drunk girl on the treadmill.
Grief.
And there was other people that was a part of this Discord that absolutely was standing up for drunk girl on a treadmill, and you deplatformed down
What are you
and
talking
absolutely
about?
dismissed how they felt at that time. Again,
Drunk girl and sheep had each other. It was weird.
the same scenario with me. The same thing I said from the get-go with the DMs. I never did nothing wrong to
Exactly,
them.
Miss Parker. Liquid.
What started the
I'll call
heated
you Liquid.
fight
Or
between
would you
me
like
and the gaining
BPL? I
ground
don't know.
was the fucking receipt that he doxed himself over on Twitter. And I never said nothing publicly.
Good.
I DM'd him on Twitter and Instagram to let him know.
So she was harassing him.
And he publicly destroyed me.
I'll take this moment to redirect you to No Rest for the Wicked, which is Jay's new channel where he plays her DMs or voice messages. She doesn't let it go. She doesn't let go. She got your number. She is going to call you relentlessly.
So my question is this:
Hang
why is
on.
it now that you're just calling out one creator that is a mess in this community?
Can I get one of my mods that knows where the link is for Jay? Could you post it in the chat, please?
But yet you're not calling out the head creator. You're speaking against Belinda and the activities that she's done, but the Gaining Ground himself doxed me to your channel next, and I got doxed to Kiwi Farms. He himself, on a live stream, doxed me to your channel next, and 3 hours later, I was doxed to Kiwi Farms.
She
Again,
doxes herself.
you want to call out Belinda's behaviors with the whole life of a free spirit shit
Thank
with
you, English.
Negs, and that people knew it and people were lying about it, but yet you're still not holding one creator accountable for all the fuck shit that he's done. And he
Mm.
cultivated the community that you're from.
See, what she fails to realize is people hang on to voicemails, to emails. She sent a nude photo. It was photoshopped. It was her head, but it was somebody else's body to a woman in her 70s. What she was trying to do with that little story, or why she picked, I'm not going to mention her name because it's embarrassing for her, that we were all going to get performatively outraged and start making content about it. We weren't. We weren't even going to go near that because then she would have struck us. So, she insists on everybody being dumber than she is.
Again,
No, you are not the smartest person in the room.
I have to say, if you want people to take you seriously, Peanut, then it's time to hold accountability for everything that you fucking do know about and that you don't, and that you refused to see or listen to back then. And before anybody sits there and says that I'm a goddamn liar, I'm not.
You're a goddamn liar.
It's documented
Come
on
on,
Kiwi Farms,
spit it out.
June the 24th or 25th or 26th. I'm not sure. I can go find it.
Good Lord. Please go find it. It's supposed to be your
It's
proof. You find
the live stream where supposedly I was crank calling him
it.
when everybody knows the whole time he was live streaming, I was live streaming.
I
He
can't
lost a lot
imagine
of
that.
support that day because he was claiming that I was mentally ill. And then he gives my information under the false precinct
Oh,
to your channel next. Here, call the caller and tell her I said hi.
I don't know what she's taking, but wow.
Well, again, I'm going to repeat it, and my
Okay.
story has never changed. Your channel next came over to my live stream,
Mm-hmm.
confronting me, saying that I was crank calling him and that he read my number.
You were. You were. You crank call everybody.
out on a live stream and gave it to him. And I said, okay, well, call it. Let's see if you hear it ring in my background. Well, apparently your channel X did attempt to call that number and it never rung in my live stream. Well, I got accused of having my ringer off. And I
Uh-huh.
said, you're a goddamn liar. And I doxed my own number.
You were notorious for doxing your own information with your incessant need to prove something to us. That's how your information gets out. Nobody cares about you. All your criminal background is out there on the public record. It's a public record. Nobody doxed you. Your name, your crime, your addresses, even Carlos. I mean, you it's all out there. Kiwi Farms actually had nothing to do with it. You did by committing crimes. Yeah, dummy.
To everybody in my chat. Your channel next was in my chat. And I said, now call the fucking number and I'll answer it. Your channel next called the fucking number. It rang and I answered it. Again, it was a Louisiana number.
Because maybe you turned your ringer back on?
Not a Sugarland number. But did your channel next go tell the gaining ground? No. What happened next? I was doxxed to Kiwi Farms.
Oh.
So why you want to go after Belinda for being a doxer and causing a bunch of shit against Life of a Free Spirit?
Belinda's already explained that twice.
Why don't you call out the gaining ground?
Is it breakfast? Is it Whataburger? Is it fries?
That's all I want to know. And why is it okay that you guys can use me as an scapegoat, an example?
Sweetie, chew, swallow, then speak.
An excuse. But yet I can't come defend myself.
But you're denying us defending ourselves by threatening, false flagging. I don't know. Oh, the curtains are opening.
Just make I just want to know.
Did you put the straw in the soda? Or is it a sweet tea?
Because see, you got people from this community that I'm talking about sitting over here babysitting me in the new one.
Mm-hmm.
All the while, my name's being thrown around, kicked around over there, thinking that I don't know what's going on.
You were mentioned a millisecond. You are the fart in the wind. Accept it and go sit down.
keep me occupied over here. So I won't bring attention to your behaviors over there.
Okay.
Well, I hate to inform you.
Uh-oh.
You're not dealing with a person that's got a clouded mind no more. That can't see the plays or the fuck.
Honey, we can tell when you're stoned. We can tell when you're drunk. Get over yourself.
Shit that you're pulling.
Yeah,
and what
fries.
actually is going on over here. Because, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
I know every time my name's mentioned over there.
Of course you do.
and it has nothing to do with anything other
You Google search your name by just curious, asking for a friend.
than people come tells me when my name is mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yep. We're waiting.
since my name got brought up with this little mama
Oh,
individual who unlived herself, I did a deep dive not last night. And again, accountability needs to be taking place here.
lay it on us. Lay it on us. A deep dive.
There's a disturbing, dangerous pattern taking place on YouTube,
Uh-oh.
and it's absolutely getting out of fucking hand.
We're in danger, girl.
Absolutely.
Oh boy.
And this belief that adults cannot be harassed, bullied, and pushed
What?
needs to stop.
Okay.
Because there's a vulnerable class of adults that have every right to be on this platform or
Mm-hmm.
any social media platform
Uh-huh.
without being used, abused, targeted, and pushed.
You mean like being doxxed for 5 straight hours with my legal name and address? Yeah.
And I'm talking about the handicapped, the mentally ill, or the spectrums. YouTube puts a policy up
Uh-huh.
and absolutely lies
Oh no. Oh
when it
no.
says that it protects people like me or anybody that has some sort of handicap or disability.
They also take note of false flaggers.
That is an absolute falsehood. YouTube does not.
It's okay, Yarn. Nothing came of it.
It's like we got an invisible target or sign on our head that says, look at me, I'm different than you. I'm vulnerable for manipulation. You can use me, but then if I'm smart enough to stand up for myself, you can destroy me.
Difference is YouTube will protect if they don't violate TOS. They oh boy. Okay, never mind. I'll go into a rant. You don't want that.
Target me and then push me to unlife myself.
Nobody ever mentioned that to her. Never.
I didn't know who Little Mama was.
Here, see how she repeats? She circles back and she drags that poor woman out of her coffin again to make her point.
Until a video got sent to me in an email of several individuals that don't even know me in the GG sector.
Oh, dear God.
Apparently, they found me because Kiwi Farms has put up recent videos of me. I didn't know.
Because you're a cow. That's why you exhibit cow behavior. Why you don't have your own thread by now is beyond me.
Know that because I haven't been on Kiwi Farms since last year.
Liar, you were on last night.
Love you, my love.
That's her. My love is the house elf that caters to her every need because she's bedbound and cannot get up. without help to go to the bathroom or, God forbid, let the dogs out for a pee. How she deals with that is she doesn't let her dogs have water because then she'd have to get up when the house elf isn't home and let the dogs out to relieve themselves. And if you don't know, she lives in Texas. You know what Texas heat is like right now. Pathetic.
Apparently, there has been a debate, a debacle, an argument,
A
an
debacle?
all-out war again about this person who
Words!
unlived
Use
herself
your
that was
words!
associated to the gaining ground or
Could somebody get her a thesaurus or at least a dictionary?
and or people of girl world, which consists of Yaba and Sam Topher.
That's right, Rochelle.
Tafer, Topher, whatever the fuck the bitch's name is.
Alfred. It's not rocket science.
And apparently, again, I was used as an example.
Oh, God. All right.
As to why Yaba and Sam decided to go in to this man's grieving, tragic situation.
They had reasons. If you had listened to why they did it, you wouldn't be asking this question. But you didn't.
To see
I...
if the GoFundMe's were legit and that this person had died. To me, that's mental illness.
They had a history with that woman you're speaking of and her husband. They had more knowledge than the rest of us, especially me. So I can't comment really on that because I don't know.
And the misrepresented situation on my end, I'm getting sick of. I'm really getting sick of.
Oh, we are too.
Because there was no GoFundMe's attached to me trying to stop the fucking harassment from Kiwi Farms and because of what Gigi started against me.
He didn't start.
There is no crime for someone trying to convince people that they're dead online. Now, it becomes a crime if you try to get money for your death and you're not dead. There was no GoFundMe's at that time.
At that time. See how she prefaced that?
When I had a mental snap, couldn't take the
fucking the mental snaps. Here we go.
Bullshit that the Gaining Ground and the Kiwi Farms were doing to me, and this new community has and started against me.
Kiwi Farms does what Kiwi Farms does.
That was in 2021.
Oh, dear Lord.
Absolutely, there was no GoFundMe's attached to that. There was no scams. I have never scammed not a single soul on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And that fucking slander shit is going to stop.
No, it's not, because we got the receipts. We have the receipt. Do I need to clap? Chat, do I need to clap this out?
Never. My name is not attached to not one fucking scammy GoFundMe at all. Now, the community that I said I wasn't going to mention decided to bully me in June of last year when I said I had to.
She didn't have the gastric sleeve. She never went on the cruise.
gastric sleeve.
See, told you.
I went back to an exercise spot.
She found a picture of a woman in recovery, in a recovery room at the hospital after a gastric sleeve. She enlarged the photo, sort of tried to make it different, but she left the wounds in the exact, or like the incisions, sorry, incisions in the exact same spot, looking exactly like, and the drainage bag under her arm was in the same position. And she posted that and claimed it was her. And Kate Waxlover, being the suspicious sort that she is, I love her, went to Google image searched, put the picture in, and guess what? That picture was taken in 2007 of another gastric sleeve patient. We called it out. We showed her the proof. She doubled down on it was her and that we were the ones that photoshopped the picture. I couldn't Photoshop myself out of a paper bag.
That I was exercising at, and I made a whole round without having to sit down. Yes, I was out of breath, but I didn't have to sit down. Members of the GG community, as well as a member of this community, thought it would be fucking hilarious to bully me over my having the weight loss and exercising,
No,
and went
cut the
straight to
timeline.
the GoFundMe website and claimed that I fell and broke my neck and died.
No, we didn't. It was a funeral for the Nike.
Yours
Oh
truly,
my God.
Glory B, was sharing out a fraudulent, scamming GoFundMe
Here we go.
that had nothing to do with what happened
I
to my
almost fell.
situation. That was due to their fuck shit of trying to bully me
No, we were
because I
making
had
fun
weight
of
loss
you.
surgery. Now, if anybody needs that proof, I can gladly show you that proof.
Yes, please. I insist on it.
Because the description on it says is that we lost a fat one today. She went out exercising
Rochelle, you're brilliant.
and died. And the owner was Rochelle Jones. And the person that was passing out the link to that was yours truly, Glory B.
Hi.
So again, I'm not going to be an example.
Can I just remind everybody that she doxed me for 5 straight hours on a banner on a live with my legal name and address?
For you weirdos going into people's tragedies over somebody's death that you possibly had something to do with.
Those poor runners. Those sneakers.
Contribute to. I'm not the only one in this community. If you want to say that I was in your community, which I wasn't.
Oh, that's right. She went and she placed criminal charges against Rochelle, and she was off to prison for 30 years for fraud. And she's still waiting for her arrest.
Fake their death. The one associated to your community that tried to convince everybody that she died was Froggy Pie.
I don't know why she keeps bringing Froggy into this.
I wasn't nowhere near your community when my fuck shit happened. So, Sam ma'am, do not use anything about me. Belinda, keep my name out your damn mouth
Mm-hmm.
when you guys want to be weirdos and go into someone's fucking tragedy.
Again, for those listening in the back or just tuned in, her name was mentioned briefly in passing, a microsecond. There was no lies about her.
Understand?
Understood.
Moving forward,
Yes, please.
there's other people that has participated in the bullying and harassment and target campaign over here that was up on the panel last night against Yo Mama. One's being a person by the name of Little Boots.
Oh. Little Boots, you still here?
Now,
Somebody get
I don't
Little
know
Boots.
who the fuck this Little Boots is. And frankly, I don't give a fuck. Because, bitch, you don't know me. And that's facts. But what I do know is that,
Now,
again,
honey, Little Boots was a mod for Peanut too.
the hypocrisy is piling up like mountains of a poop pile that an elephant can crap out their butt.
Oh, she's going for anals again.
A little backstory. The
Okay.
Gaining Ground apparently pulled up Yo Mama last night and had him on his panel because, again, this whole debacle about this girl unlifing herself and being that the girl world and their association to her death was.
Now, what I understood was, and I didn't catch the very beginning, and I still have of that stream. I think I missed about 15 minutes. Was they were trying to educate, and I'm trying to be polite here. That Yo Mama didn't know backstories and histories of why certain people went or confronted other people. His story is he just saw people or heard people bullying. I don't watch Yo Mama. This content doesn't interest me. So that's as far as I know. And what I got from that stream was Gigi, Little Boots, Belinda all tried to inform him. I don't know. Did it resolve? I'm not sure.
Was the cause of it came out.
Yeah, I think so, Little Boots.
And the reason why Yo Mama was brought up is because apparently the whole argument is that he too contribute or could have possibly contribute to the girl.
Why was she even up there, Little Boots? You know, I just want to deafen myself every time she opens her mouth. That Jan is real hard on the ears.
Unlifing herself. And everybody on the panel tried to take a higher moral ground to excuse their actions or non-actions that they didn't want to speak about.
You got that, huh?
Including, namely, the person Little Boots.
Bad Boots.
Well, here's my thing.
Little Boots,
how are you going to go after someone who made a video shortly before someone unlived themselves about
I have to rewatch that stream.
being quirky or going after someone's looks when you sit over here and support Glory B and her channel that repeatedly come after my looks?
Oh, shame on you, Little Boots.
Repeatedly, video after video after video target me discrediting everything that I do, say, and
Uh-huh.
have on my channel
That's my job.
when there's medical evidence that I have, in fact, had weight loss surgery. You contribute to, take part in, you, Kate Winslet,
Oh,
and Fraggy Frag contribute to the harassment, bullying, stalking.
because we know you from Peanut's second channel. That's how we all met and bonded over you. Or should I say trauma bonded over you?
And hate speech against me on Glory B's channel, but then think that you've got the higher moral grounds to sit over there
Uh-huh.
and act like you're angels
Uh-huh.
when it comes to little mama.
What?
And that you can speak against yo mama and something he did before the girl took her life. Again, the hypocrisy.
Oh, indeed. The hypocrisy. Have a drink.
Which leads me to the next subject at hand. How does anybody on the gaining ground side have any right to sit there to say anything about the woman that unlived herself,
You
or
have no
anything
right
that
to
could have
talk
been
about her.
negatively said about
Fuck
her
up.
from yo mama or anybody else when the gaining ground had Strawberry Deuce, a Kiwi farmer, in his chat?
All hail Strawberry Douche.
Full support of a Kiwi farmer. Do I need to bring up what that Kiwi farmer had said months, all the way up to hours before they found out the girl unlived herself, about that
Oh,
woman?
do inform us, please.
Do I need to bring up the Google search of what Kiwi Farm stands for
Yes, please do.
itself and what they're known to do?
Google is awoke too, you know. I know Little Boots, but in her head, you did.
Again, I'm on the fence with this peanut shit. I really am. Because she's targeting Belinda, but she fails to call out anything else.
Hey, Bud Files.
Make it make sense to me.
No, you make it make sense to us.
Everybody in that chat sat there with the Kiwi farmer who dogpiled this woman all the way up until she unlived herself.
What is she talking
But
about?
spoke against yo mama. But never did anyone point out
Yeah, I know Kate Winslet.
that the
I
gaining
saw
ground
and heard.
in that community supports Kiwi farms. Had a Kiwi farmer.
Now, if anybody remembers and has been stalking Kiwi farms for the last 3 or 4 years, knows how Alana would get on her knees and suck Farmer Dick. She did. She was pathetic. Why won't they like me? Why don't she would post this? You know, maybe if I dox me, Glory be, they'll like me. And farmers don't care about me. Why would they put up my dogs? That's probably why she went after me. Anyway, then she would come back on YouTube and claim that she had it in with the farmers, that she had it all. It was a joke for a couple of years. Now they're the bad people.
sitting right there in his chat.
Yeah, nobody talked about Little Mama on. Why?
Do I need to share my screen and let everybody see at this moment what Kiwi Farms is known for? I think we do need to do that.
Okay. Are we going to get a lesson? What is Kiwi Farms about? Anti-trans harassment. Where's Keffels when you need her? Him. It.
What does it say? Kiwi Farms, formerly known
She's going to
as
read, people.
CW.
She's going to read. If anybody has not experienced her reading for you, you might want to get up, go to the bathroom, get a snack, light a doobie, you know.
WCKI Forms is an internet forum
Quickie. The word you're looking for is quickie.
facilitated the discussion and harassment of online figures and communities. Their targets are often subjects to organized group trolling, stalking, as well as doxing and in real life harassment. And these actions has tied Kiwi Farms to unlifing.
But not about Little Mama. Oops, I said her name. I'm sorry.
Do I need to bring up and mention that Little Mama was on Kiwi Farms?
Oh, Fraggy, you have no idea.
Do I dare bring that up?
Sure, why not?
And the very person involved of harassing that woman, tearing her down because she couldn't
Was
articulate
Yo
or
Mama.
form sentences at times, dismissing her as a human, saying that she was a druggie,
No, we dismiss you as being part of the human race.
attacking her about her parenting skills.
In short, yes, Fraggy, she is attaching herself to what happened to Little Mama to herself. And because Belinda, Hillbilly Belinda, briefly mentioned her name, she has latched onto that as the community coming to attack her.
Her looks, everything else, because she was taking up for Foodie Beauty, was the one and only, as well as others, but the Kiwi farmer, Strawberry Douche.
Take that name in reverence. Pardon me, reverence. I don't. I honestly don't, Kate. I never knew any really anything about her. If she was a Foodie Beauty fan, well, I can pretty much guess. But you know, her Alana trying to insert herself into this is just reprehensible.
Do you guys need to have proof that this woman was doxxed to Kiwi Farms, her full name's on it, and that she
Everybody docs is on Kiwi Farms. I got to get some water. I'm thirsty. I'm mushing up my words here.
was a target all the way up until she unliked herself
Oh, God.
with the participation of Strawberry Douche? Do do I need to prove that?
Yes, you need to prove that. What the
Because
fuck's the
I
matter with
can't.
you?
I won't dox the woman's name, but I can prove that she was on there prior to her unlifing. and that the very person that was sitting in chat talking smack against yo mama, acting like they had a higher moral ground, participated in bullying and harassing the female until she committed the unlifing of herself.
That little I know was she was online bullied on several different platforms. Pretty much she was pretty much I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Let's carry on.
Again, why isn't that confronted?
Perhaps it already
Again,
has
Peanut,
been.
why are you just targeting Belinda? Do I like Belinda? Hell to the fuck no, I don't.
And she
I've
doesn't
never
like
done
you
nothing to
either.
that woman, and I've been a target of her bullshit because she kisses and sucks
Oh God.
the gaining ground's butthole.
There we go for the anal. She's got an obsession.
And again, I have a love-hate relationship for you as well, Peanut.
Peanut doesn't care. I know, right?
Why ain't that brought up? The lovely saying Topher, who
Help her.
used me as an example, that absolutely fucking lied out our teeth about scams being done on people faking their doves,
Huh?
was right there in the chat with a Kiwi farmer. Now, why would someone believe that the anti-haters or girl world would have pushed a woman to unlife herself? Well,
Are you going to give us the answer?
I mean, are we not looking at the screen here? Strawberry Douche has been a part of Gigi's channel, has been on Belinda's
Yes, and
old fuck shit,
your
new fuck
point
shit,
being?
and hasn't been a part of that community for a very long time.
That's actually right.
How is it
I
a
forgot about Dark Side
outrage
Phil.
that one would believe that you're associated with pushing someone to unlike themselves when you have a connection to a website that very much does that? And that's their intentions to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Again, accountability. If you don't want to be seen
Yes.
as to being a person that could have pushed someone to unlike themselves, then why are you associating with people that are known to do it?
Question. Alana, are you suicide baiting? Is this, your little way? You like to slide that in once in a while? Are you being sly?
That relentlessly go after someone without the care, the concern, or decency to respect that maybe someone does have a mental illness and that they could contribute, push, or cause someone to unlike themselves.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for the insight onto
It's
something we
not
know nothing
lies
about.
or fake controversy. It's facts.
You're gonna have to prove those facts.
Her husband didn't lie
How do you know he didn't lie?
when he said that online bullying contribute to her mental illness that pushed her
I'm sorry, I was informed that she had prior issues before this.
to unlife herself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of this fuck shit that people do.
I'm tired of it too.
They want to contribute to,
Mm-hmm.
target,
Uh-huh.
bully,
Oh
harass,
boy.
go after people with a mental illness.
Right.
And then when things get out of hand with that person or try to
Because you don't use your mental illness as a weapon and then a shield to hide behind when you're called out. Yeah. Got it.
that person ends up unlifing themselves. They want to point the fingers or they don't want to take accountability.
Exactly, Fraggy. Thank you for saying that because I don't know the whole of the backstory of that. I wasn't going to say it, but he should have taken and you know shut it all down. Hey, Leafy.
The fact of the matter is, you all knew that the woman was mentally ill. Just like you all know that I'm mentally
Ah,
ill.
there it is, folks.
And there's people that support
Uh-huh.
people that target me
Mm-hmm.
because they think it's fucking funny
It is.
and entertainment.
It absolutely is entertaining.
And then when shit gets out of hand with me over here,
Uh-huh.
they gang pile me
Uh-huh.
and then want to say I'm dangerous.
Oh, you are. Can we talk about your week-long rant to munching and chatting? Calling her filthy names? Calling her a liar about her documented weight loss surgery? She talks about her menopause, talks about her daughter and her partner. That's what really pisses you off. You want to be her. You weirdo.
But it's all fun and games when you're over here poking, pushing, prodding
It
to
is,
get a
yes, it is
reaction.
absolutely entertaining.
It's all fun and games
Yep.
until something rubs you the wrong way. And then I'm the monster. I'm the danger to myself and
Oh,
others.
yes.
I wouldn't be a danger to
Oh,
myself.
listen. You are not a danger to yourself. You're too much of a narcissist and a socio. Can we say that word together? Sociopath. You think too highly of yourself to ever make a serious attempt. And we know that. So, yeah, sit down about putting yourself in the unaliving. I hate saying that. I just wish I could say it.
Myself and others if you would leave me the fuck alone.
Yes, you did. You wish. I remember that. That's okay, Lynn. Real life matters most. Nobody wants to poke her or
And here's the big
Tyler.
question I got. Why is it that you target people with a mental?
No, Kate Winslet brings up a good point. You paneled up with somebody and you co-signed with somebody drawing pics of dicks on little kids. You found that funny. You agreed with it. Because the person, Nina, had her kids taken away from her from severe neglect and sexual abuse. These were babies. You had your children removed from your care from neglect. And I'm sure Jay has stories more about it. He just needs to find his inner peace about it, and he's got the right to talk about it because he experienced it with you. I bet he's got some stories. So you paneled up with somebody that was complicit and helped her children be molested. Probably participated too. She's that kind of a nut bar. And you lost custody of yours, and you sold one kid for $100, or as Jay likes to say, sold her signature for $100, which sounds a lot better.
Mental illness. First, you use them, and then they say something to you that you don't like, and then you abuse them and disregard them, gang pile them, discredit them,
Mm-hmm.
try to do whatever the fuck you want to do to them, have them doxxed on certain dangerous websites, etc., etc.,
Like you do?
etc.
Like you do?
I believe back when this all popped out between me and the gaining ground, I said one day your
Circling back,
community
folks.
is going to cause the death of someone. I believe Charlie Gold
Oh,
and her community had said the same thing.
yes, exactly,
And here
Frankie.
we
She was
sat.
one hell of a mess. Thank God her children are out of her care at an early age. Hopefully they can recover.
My bigger question is, why are we considered not allowed to have an opinion, an expression, or better yet,
You're allowed to have an opinion, and you absolutely have the right to express yourself. But you're a liar, and people are going to remember what kind of lies you've done, what you've said to people behind the scenes.
we're not allowed to have a rights to sit on a platform with what you consider yourself to be normal. You're not normal people.
I'm not
You're more
normal.
mentally deranged than we are because we don't go around targeting
Mm-hmm.
other people like ourselves. We don't go around manipulating, abusing, using, and then destroying.
Can I remind everybody that she doxed me for 5 hours on a live with my legal name and address on a banner? Thank you.
People like ourselves. But why is it a crime
Mm-hmm.
that we sit on a platform with you and have an opinion?
Yeah,
You're allowed to have opinion,
I
but you
leave you.
can't.
Yeah.
You're allowed to watch whomever you
Good
want,
morning,
and you
Dean.
could say
Got super
whatever you
fries.
want about that person, but we can't. What was the harm in what this lady was doing?
Yep, Judy Litchman.
She was doing nothing no different than any of you all are doing.
Fries.
So why did she become a target?
And she will continue with
What
this
did she
narrative for hours. And I
stand
hope
up
we
to
can
one of
talk
you guys?
personally.
Did she call one of your behaviors out like many has done before her? What?
What?
I want to know.
Oh, yeah, we've all been victims of her.
And it's clearly a thing that everybody can attack
Mm-hmm.
us,
Oh, boy.
but we can't talk against you.
Victimization.
We can't defend ourselves. We can't defend our names.
You can defend yourself, but you can't defend your lies. You show up with receipts, not doctored, not photoshopped, not lifted off of Google Images templates, legal document templates. You come at with us with absolute irrefutable facts and evidence, we'll actually look at it. But you're incapable, so fuck off.
We can't speak what we feel is the truth on this situation.
Exactly. She was never attacked.
We can't call out and hold people accountable
Mm-hmm.
for
But
what
I
they've
can, and I do.
been involved in. We're not allowed to. Apparently,
Uh-huh.
you guys can be human and we can't.
Oh, no, 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 no. I said, you can't be human because of the way you treat your house elf, how you treat your animals, how you can't be bothered to get out of that ratchet bed, clean up. You don't have to be, neat as a pin. I certainly aren't. But I can actually let people into my home without embarrassment. Uh, you don't have a job. You don't contribute other than your welfare disability. What else? Oh, you don't actually care for your man. You don't cook him a dinner after hard days. If you're not going to work, then you care for the house and you care for the man that does, or woman, or the spouse. Let's just say spouse. That's what do you do that qualifies you to breathe, to take space up? What do you do to justify your existence? What good thing have you done? I don't know. Maybe you should think about that before you start casting judgment on other people.
Because you deem it so.
Hey, hey, Munching.
Again, don't call out one person.
Okay.
Peanut, I'm not coming for you. I'm not ganging palling you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm questioning your motive. It's not all Belinda that's done wrong in
Oh,
your
how
little friend
generous and
circle.
white of you.
Everybody over there has took part in doxing. My question is, do you know about that?
Oh, yes, I do. Intimately.
That's my question. Why are you calling Belinda out, but yet you refuse to bring up the fact of what I just pointed out?
Who's calling
And
Belinda
again,
out? I don't get that.
fuck shit had been going on long before the egg situation, and nothing was ever said. Again,
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking. You said that everybody should have a healthy debate and discussion. Again, I'm taking you up on it.
Hey, Annie J.
I want to know because all this fuck shit that has gotten so fucking dangerous began with me. That's where it started. I'm the
I can agree with that part. Probably not the rest of what she's going to say.
number one uno person it started with. And because they were able to get by with what they done to me
Mm-hmm.
and they continued to do with me, it's reached this point.
Reached what point? What are you talking about? You're not involved in any of this. You were mentioned a microsecond. What are you talking about? What do you even mean? What do you mean? Here's a little peanut for you.
So again, I'm sick and tired of the fake outrage. I'm sick and tired of all the fakeness that's going on in every corner
I think
right
we should
now.
send her one.
I'm sick and tired of people condoning one thing for one creator,
Uh-huh.
but demonizing other creators for the same action that the creator that you're supporting is
I
doing.
need examples.
I'm sick and tired of everybody screaming
Uh-oh.
that whomever they hate at that time is the monster and they need to take accountability, but yet no one holds the person that you support accountable for the same shit that they're crying about
What?
and pointing the finger to
Somebody can.
or at or demonizing someone else over.
Oh.
A woman lost her life because of this fuck shit, and all you all can do is demonize her and make it out to be that she wasn't.
And what you have done is you've become the graveyard ghoul. You pulled her body out and you're airing it out for everybody to see. This was already addressed months ago. Put the poor woman back in the ground and move on.
Even human, she was a druggie. The woman has children, young children that are going to grow up without a mother.
She's a hard watch, Yarn Fix. She really, really is.
And all anybody can do is just sit back and say, well, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. She was a druggie. And like I said last night, she probably wasn't a drugging.
Don't
Because back when I
speculate on
started
anything
fighting
you
with
don't
you,
know nothing
I was on
about.
wrong medications for my mental illness that
Oh,
absolutely screwed with my mind, and I couldn't coherently say a goddamn thing.
you still can't.
I couldn't form a sentence.
You still
Hell,
can't.
half of the damn time my brain would say one thing, but it wouldn't make it to my mouth.
Exactly. And it still can't.
So she probably wasn't a druggie. It was probably the wrong medications.
She is. That one too is a hard watch, Yarn Flicks.
And when a person is on the wrong medications, they're easily pushed
Oh, here comes
over
the
the
expert.
edge
Here
very
comes
quickly.
the expert.
Things that normally wouldn't affect us when we're on the right medicine
Uh-huh.
would make us hyperactive and oversensitive to if we're on the wrong medications.
So you're now explaining
That's
that
why
behavior
when a
on your
person with a
medication.
mental illness
Okay.
is
Take
in
notes,
your
everybody.
community, you don't need to walk around on eggshells,
Okay.
but you need to educate yourself on what mental illness is and have compassion. And stop dehumanizing people because of it.
Yes, I know. You wish she's just a fascinating case study. It never
Again,
sticks.
I wouldn't be mentioning any of this if I wasn't made aware of
Uh-huh.
the lies that was placed on my name.
Uh, when? Years ago? Sorry, sweetie, you have no
I'm
reputation
tired of it.
left. We're tired of you.
I'm sick and tired of it.
We are too. Sick and tired.
I'm sick and fucking tired of it.
Me too. Can we say it one more time?
And it needs to stop.
You need to be stopped.
I don't know if it's a sickness with you all and you get some euphoric high for doing what you do to people, but enough's enough.
No, no. I get no joy. I don't get paid for this.
Don't sit over there
Mm-hmm.
and cry outrage and moral grounds, high grounds against one person,
I like coffee grounds.
but yet still stand by
Okay.
and turn your head to everything.
What?
And that's all I got to say. If you're going,
If only.
and
Oh.
and here's another thing that fucking kicked me in the fucking jaw with this peanut situation. She's over there saying that she needs to apologize to Charlie Gold over this situation.
Well, Peanuts cheese done slipped the cracker too. So, yeah.
You don't need to apologize to Charlie Gold. You need to apologize to drunk girl on a treadmill and
Oh,
sheep.
please.
Because I'm questioning the motives here, Peanut.
We all are. We truly all are. Enlighten us. Oh, she turned off the mic. Ordering the house elf.
And let me
Oh.
let me tell you this, Peanut. In order for you to get the grace of the haters,
Listen up.
well,
Listen up.
what was the haters back then?
Pearls of wisdom incoming.
I don't know if you're even going to get the grace of the haters now because they're tired of handing out, okay, I accept your apologies.
Huh?
Because what happens is they do that and then they get fucking dog kicked in the face again.
Who? I need answers.
They don't take a half assed, I'm going to take accountability half ass situation.
Oh, God.
If you're going to take accountability, then you have to take accountability for every fuck shit that happened and every fuck shit you were involved in. And if you're not willing to sit down and look at everything you've done, then don't sit there and say, I'm only going to apologize for this thing and then think that you're going to get a grace of Charlie Gold and her people.
Yeah, it should, Leafy. I agree.
Because that's not how it works with them. And I don't know exactly if you're wanting
Mm-hmm.
to fit in, belong, or have protection.
Yes.
And that's why you're saying what you're saying. Let me tell you this too, as well.
Must be
Once
really
you've wronged
noisy in her
Charlie
head.
Gold, it's harder than ever to get in the grace of her and her community.
Her affirmations have failed her greatly.
You'll never be fully trusted, and you'll never be fully accepted.
And this, my friends and listeners, is coming from her mouth. Isn't it amazing to listen to her do that? I wonder if she sits in front of a mirror.
So, again, what's the gameplay here?
I don't know. Why don't you tell us what your gameplay is? Come on. Pontificate away. We await your wisdom.
Because
Thank you.
y'all did some fucked up shit to Charlie Gold.
Exactly, Kate Winslet.
And you're
Thank you
still
for saying
pushing
that out
the
loud.
narrative that she doxed Gigi. She did not dox Gigi.
What? What are you
And the
saying?
irony of all this, the very website that first introduced his Periscope and his Facebook and his fucking Instagram, where they found the fucking receipt,
It was Charlie Gold and friends.
is the very website that he's keying with right now. Where do you think that Charlie Gold got that information from?
From her lapdog at the time, Life of a Free Spirit and friends.
Gigi wasn't doxxed in July. He was doxxed when the debacle happened between Charlie Gold
Uh-huh.
and his fucking weightlifting friend. That was
They
in March or
absolutely did, Kate
May.
Winslet. They absolutely held on to his docs for what, a year? Or until it became advantageous for them?
His Periscope and his goddamn Instagram was put up then on Kiwi Farms. And again, I have proof that Gigi knew that. Because he said, I don't give a fuck what they say.
Uh-huh.
I said that Charlie Gold doxed me, and that's how it is. Shut him down.
What?
He knew that the Periscope, his family's information, his Facebook, and all that shit was on Kiwi Farms.
It was
But yet he said and went
Kiwi
after
Farms,
Charlie Gold
but Kiwi
and
Farms
Life of a
didn't
Free
dox them.
Spirit. There's a tweet that's sitting right there on
Exactly.
Kiwi Farms that proves everything I fucking said. He said, I don't give a fuck what they say. Shut it down. I said Charlie Gold doxed me. And that's still the narrative today.
Yes, because
Charlie Gold did not dox.
Yes, she
Gigi.
did. And so did her little lapdog.
So I don't understand
This is not
the
a
fuck shit
surprise.
that's still taking place. And if you think that Charlie Gold's is fucking stupid, well, honey, you're sadly mistaken. She's a very intelligent woman.
Yeah.
And she can see the gameplays and the moves that you're making, baby boo.
She's a sly one, that Charlie, for sure.
Not saying that you're trying to make a move, but she's not a stupid woman. like people think she is. She's a highly intelligent woman.
I'm pretty sure the Periscope and all that stuff was leaked on Twitter on one of Charlie's Twitter accounts. Then the farms archived it. Exactly. Exactly. Kiwi Farms had nothing to do with the docks. They weren't responsible. Jesus.
Just like I am. And people starting to find that out,
Uh-huh.
and it's pissing them off
No, we're just
deeply.
laughing.
It's making them enraged.
I don't do 15-hour rage streams. Anybody else in chat?
I don't know if people are blind to the fuck shit, or you just simply, again, it's all about me, me, me.
Oh,
Now that you're getting heat because you misstep and said something wrong, and the community is now stood against you, and you're losing people,
who's
you're
losing
fake awoke.
people? People like Monty and Yo Mama? It's a
Again,
possibility.
I'm on the fence with this shit because I often used to think back when I was in the community and I would sit back and listen to Peanut. Don't
You were never in any community. You were an outlier, an orbiter, but you were never part of the community.
take this the wrong way, Peanut, because I wasn't the brightest bulb in the fucking chandelier
Get it out.
back then either. I used to think that they would take advantage that you would get lost in hearing yourself talk, and, or as you would say, you're passionate about the conversation at the time, that they would take advantage that you would get hyper focused on something and that you wouldn't pay attention to any of the shit in the community that was going
Peanut just loves to hear herself speak. There's nothing deep about it.
on. I used to default you to that point that you was actually just ignorantly dumb to the situation. And I don't mean that to put you down.
Yes,
I'm just
you do.
saying that you do get passionate in what you believe is important,
Mm-hmm.
and you lose sight of what really is happening.
And that, my friends, is advice from a meth head.
And again, I'm no shining
Who
example.
lies in bed and picks at her sores. Occasionally has a camera slip that shows us her true looks. Scary.
Over here. Hell, I couldn't even freaking get two brain cells to fart together to form
Still can't.
a coherent sentence or text type
Your analogies suck, honey. Stop it.
back then. So by no means I'm no better than you, Peanut. And just like I'm passionate in what I'm saying now, I don't just focus
Oh,
on one
low
thing.
boots.
I'm
Go
focusing
figure.
on a variety of things.
Uh-huh.
Because one thing I do is sit back and observe a lot.
Oh,
And I
me
see
too.
everything,
Uh-huh.
not just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like I said, I defaulted you to the fact that you would hyper focus on one thing.
Oh.
And I felt like people took advantage of you for that.
Ooh, Buddha speaks. Oh, God. Do tell us
But
more.
again, I have to say, if you're going to be awoke and call out
Awoke.
Belinda, then you have to call about out everybody.
Like you do.
You have to face
Mm-hmm.
your fuck ups as well.
Hallelujah.
I faced mine. I told you guys I fucking trolled. One would say that I was lying. I don't see it that way. I just got petty and got sick and tired of being harassed. Again, one would say that's lying. I don't see it that way. I have a right to my opinions.
So say it with your chest and say it with your original account. You just lost the argument when you say you go to troll. That's just a pussy move. And I'm not saying I haven't gone and trolled. I have. But I'm trolling the chat or I'm trolling a situation. I'm not using it to say something that I wouldn't say on this account. Unless I've been blocked and I want to say something specifically to you. And I will. I admit it. But I don't stalk anybody else's lives under an alt. Sorry. There is a difference.
And I've always, I told you straight to your face, I was trolling.
Mm-hmm.
And that I didn't see it as being dishonest. I seen it as being fucking petty.
But you admitted you're petty. You admitted it last night and you admitted it the day before. Do you remember when Carlos told you, why don't you just stop? Do you remember that? And you said, because I'm a petty bitch.
So again, if you're going to fault and point out someone's faults, you gotta face your own as well.
Ooh. That would be a 20-minute rant on my end, so I won't.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I can sit here and like you, but I'm not gonna worship the ground you walk on. And if you're right, you're right, then I'll stand up for you. And if you're wrong, you're wrong.
Nobody
Then I'm
wants you to stand up for them. This is what you're not getting. Nobody wants you in their community. Nobody wants you to act like they're a pit bull. Stop it. It doesn't work. How many times has that tactic worked for you? I bet never.
I'm gonna tell you you're wrong. And it doesn't mean that I like you any less. It means that because I like you so much, that I think you need to know you're fucking up. Just like I feel
Mm-hmm.
that the people that silently support me do.
You mean all the bots and pretend Sims uh, subs from her more successful, almost monetized other channel that thank God none of us know about.
Not everything has to be public.
Yes, because you do your best work behind the scenes, right?
Just saying.
Right? Come on.
But when a person comes to you and tells you, well, you're being hypocritical, you say this, but you're actually against this.
Uh huh.
You're against this, but you're actually doing this.
Uh huh.
What happens? You automatically get blocked. And then the smear campaign happens.
Yeah.
or you get individuals that you deem to be your moderators who want you to conform to kissing ass and washing the ground that the person walks on, and to shut your mouth and not say nothing if they mess up.
Gotta speed her up. Sorry.
I don't live that way. That's not the way I walk. I've always stood up for whether I like a person or not. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. If I don't like a person,
I think you lost your last supporter the other day when she was telling you she didn't agree with the way you were doing things. And finally she dipped out. She was hardcore your fan. Or she was trolling you. I never quite figured that out. But now she's gone. Too bad. Was it because you were trying to bait other people? Like Melody? Knowing that she had just lost her mother this past month? But you wanted to tell her that we were all gang piling her? Nobody talked about her. We all knew she lost her mother. We weren't going to pick on her. We never really pick on her. I know there are some in the other community that can't stand her, like seriously can't stand her. I don't like what she puts out, but I'm not bothered to think about it. When that didn't work, when she actually told your troll account to fuck off in her own community tab because you doxed me again. Pathetic. And then who did you try to get? Oh, yes, Taylor. Taylor, who had some issues with Annie J. They resolved it. They resolved it on my panel. But you wanted to get her all worked up about some pretend conspiracy. That didn't work either. She doesn't really know who you are. She doesn't follow you. She works 2 jobs. So that didn't work. So the moment somebody whispered your name, you latched on to that like a leech to skin. You're going to suck the blood right out of it.
Person, what right is right and what's wrong is wrong. I don't like Belinda. I've never done nothing to the woman. In no means or form am I taking up for her.
Oh, I hope it goes well for you, Angela.
I'm just saying, if you're going to go after one person, you have to fault yourself and go after all people that were your friends.
Okay.
Because she's not the bad person over there. She's not at fault solely for what Negs did. Negs is not an innocent angel, and he can hate me for saying that.
Why would
I like
he hate
Negs
you?
from DC Media, but what is right and what's wrong is wrong.
I think he laughs at you just as much as we do.
And I will say 100%, Belinda is not behind all doxes that was giving to Negs. A lot of the doxes that was giving to Negs, he got it and obtained it on his own.
Alana Morris, last seen on Kiwi Farm, March 8th, 2023.
Certain things were said about a certain creator, which I'm not getting into that she's never doxed before. Oh, yes, she has. It's just, I've been stonewalled over there and I can't bring that to light anyway. And if I did.
What are you talking about? How do you get all this super secret information? Who's telling you all this stuff? The voices in your head? Nobody tells you jack shit because you turn it into a threat. If you don't do what I say, I'm going to let this information out. You did it to me prior to the docs. You always hinted that you knew my information. So I knew very well what you were up to, and it was no surprise when you actually did dox me. Thing of it was, and is, I have your information, but I'm not a pussy.
did, because of the gaining ground, everybody would call me a fucking liar anyways.
Yeah.
And anything I would put up,
You're a proven
well,
liar.
you know how that story goes.
Wait, Vero. Except last night when she got back into the farms to see what's being said to use to her advantage, as shown on her live. Oh,
But that's
you know she's got other accounts there. She better be careful.
neither here nor there. Everybody needs to take accountability for everything that's fucking going on. Gigi's community can't sit there and stand against anybody else when they're associated with a website known for harassing, bullying, and doxing. Period. You can't sit there and say that you don't participate in doxing, that you don't condone doxing, but you're friends with a Kiwi farmer.
You condone it. You've done it. I've got the proof. Do I have to constantly remind you that you doxed me for 5 hours with my legal name and address?
Matter of fact, I went 3 pages back on Kiwi Farms, and because everybody's speaking against Peanut, she was redoxed by yours truly, Strawberry Douche.
She was doxed on the farms 3 years ago. You can't get redoxed on the farms. If it was on the farms in the first place 3 years ago, the dox is out there.
Again, you can't say that Belinda fucked up one time when you are in alliance with a website that consistently keep doxing people, harassing people, attacking people, going after.
You do it. You do it all the time. You just love to slip my real name into your narratives on occasion. I see you.
People, and as Google says, they do it to cause people to unlike themselves. I'm just calling what out. I'm just calling it out.
Sure, Jan.
And I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Okay.
I don't.
And I'll get all pissy with this video.
That live stream I witnessed last night was the biggest clown fuckery bullshit I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, no. You should watch some of your videos in the last week. That's the worst fuck shit you'll ever see.
On panel, going after him.
Oh, wait. You private or delete them. That's, yeah.
For certain things he did, but yet you got a Kiwi farmer in your goddamn chat that you're friends with.
I think she's really pissed about that. I think she's really pissed that people have farmers as mods or visitors.
Who dogpiled the woman the same way all the way up until she took her last breath. Make that make sense. You can't go after Belinda when your bestie, if he still was and is your bestie, is friends with a Kiwi farmer. You can't apologize for one thing to Charlie Go without not admitting everything that you've done to her.
What about what she has done to other people? Do you remember that little group of fuck shit? On program situation? Cherry berry weight loss? Charlie Gold? Life of a Free Spirit? Is completely wonky now. Holy shit. That's a shit story. Who else was in that little group? There was a lot.
You can't ask people to take responsibility when you still deny your own fuck shit.
Probably not, Kate.
I'm quite infuriated. That's why I'm repeating myself.
She's quite infuriated.
I'm consistently brought into a situation with that community.
Nobody brought you in anywhere, you dummy.
repeatedly over. My name is brought up consistently.
No,
But
it isn't. No, it isn't. On my channel, perhaps. On my community tab, well, you have to know you to understand my community tab.
I'm demonized if I speak on it. And the lunacy in all this is that Kiwi Farms themselves are the biggest hypocrites. You got someone
That's
cow today
right.
as we speak. Strawberry Douche is very much involved in this community.
What the hell was her name? Danny something. Yeah, there was a whole bunch. There was a evil. That's why they were called haters. They not only hated the fat girls, the death fats. They hated each other.
I thought Kiwi farmers just stay to themselves and don't get involved. Yeah, you damn straight. I'm going to come after you, Kiwi Farms.
And that other one, the snaggletooth one that turned to diamond painting after. She had her simp of a husband always lurking in the background. What the hell was her name?
How can you say anything about French Fry Girl for doing the fuck shit she did with Foodie Beauty when your own Kiwi farmer is doing the exact same thing with the gaining ground?
What? French fried girl reacts to Chantel. That's pretty much her content. She's very successful at it and pulls in the big bucks. She also goes real life on people. She cow tips, which I don't agree with, actually. But hey, she rescued that cat, right?
Can we all just stop? How can you fault anybody for anything that you say on your website, have the moral high grounds to talk dog shit about people, when now you're the fucking Lowe's cows, along with the Lowe's cows?
There's no such thing as a Lowe's cow. It's either an LOL cow or a lol cow. Lowe's is a handyman store where you buy wrenches, gardening supplies. That's what Lowe's is.
That you talk about. You're the clown. You're absolutely.
I'm trying to remember. I'm sure she's off the platform now. She was pretty much ridiculed off. I called her Snaggletooth because she had one front tooth longer than the rest. She's pretty nasty, and she had a simpy little husband that would house elf around her, bring her food. You know, much like Carlos does to this one. What the hell was her name? It'll come to me later.
Absolutely making a mockery of what the website is about. Not taking up for Kiwi Farms, but you know the golden rule. You sit back and observe, you don't get involved. When did that change? You talk shit, make fun of, go after, harass docs.
And I'm sure most of the farmers practice that rule. It's not written in stone, and they can go where they want. There are a lot of farmers on YouTube that are under different channel names that they can separate YouTube from their farmer activities. Did you really think there weren't?
The lunacies that's going on in these streets of the social medias, but you don't get involved. When did that change, and when did that become okay? Make that make sense. You got people over there going after Peanut, but your own Kiwi farmers know better. You got one hyper focusing on one person that she used to be friends with, But all your
Right.
friends are no better than that one person.
Don't think so.
You yourself at one time was no better sitting with those people.
Yes, Kate, one vlog away.
And
That's
Belinda
it.
is not the fault for everything that Negs did. I don't care, Negs, get mad at me and come after me. If you can't take someone telling you about yourself, then sit down.
Hey, Belinda. Welcome to the fuck shit.
Again, as I'm going to say, I like Negs. I support Negs.
Of course you do.
He too refuses to see what he took part in against me. Fine, I don't care.
Yeah, she was special. One
But he
vlog
didn't see the
away.
truth about the community and to happen to him, as does a lot of people. They absolutely will fight you toe to nail, call you a liar, call you insane, do anything in the world against you until it happens to them.
What are you even talking about? Belinda, she took that one little mention of her and she is in pig heaven. She is a pig rolling in shit. She just loves this. Now she's part of the community. She has her felony with the police officer coming up. The other case was dismissed because the plaintiff weaseled out. I won't get into it. Wasted our time, wasted our resources. But I'm not bitter.
Every scenario that has happened in this community is exactly a mirror example of what I went through. And no, I'm not making it about me. I'm just saying it started
Oh,
with me.
oh,
And that's why it's continued.
okay.
I wouldn't be talking about it if my name kept out of situations, if my name was not brought up. I have a right to speak. I'm going to.
Bridget,
And I
pretty
don't give a
much.
fuck who don't like it and who do like it. If I like you, I follow you, I support you. I'm still going to call out what is wrong.
That's why nobody likes you. Because you make it all about yourself. You try to run somebody's channel. You talk about them behind their backs on other platforms. This has all been documented. We have the receipts, the screenshots. The paperwork, the evidence, the court papers, the lives.
The one thing that irritates me as well is that people sit over there and say, well, I'm honest. I don't lie about
She
anything.
did. She absolutely
You
did,
just lie.
Linda. We called her out when that happened.
None of you in that community has ever been honest fully about anything. And the ones that are really honest, you destroy.
Excuse me. What? I don't understand what
Now,
you
again,
said.
I'm owning up to my fuck shit.
No, you're not. You have never taken accountability for anything. Do you know why I don't get called out? Because I don't lie. Everything I've ever said or did a live or a video is up right now. I hide nothing. Because I should why should I lie? I'm a nobody. I'm a very small channel. I've got nothing to gain. So shut up with that.
Just like back then when Peanut had her O channel, I was pulled up on panel with her and Gigi.
Ugh.
I said I was trolling. Again, one would say that's dishonesty.
Oh, yeah.
It all is in how the perception is about the situation. Was I doing it to be dishonest? No. I was doing it to be petty.
Mm-hmm. Not vicious. Petty is being shady. I'm petty. I could be shady as shit. But I don't false flag. I don't report just because it pissed me off. You do. You almost got me twice. Then you backed off. Why was that? Hmm. Because I won the second one, right? Of course, right.
Never denied it, even when people brought it up. I was like, so what? I was fucking trolling you. Get over it. Well, you lied. Know that? Well, if that's the way you want to see it, okay, I'm not going to argue with you. It is what it is. I wasn't doing it to be dishonest. I just got tired of your fuck shit and did whatever.
Her whole life is a fake.
Never denied that it wasn't being dishonest. I just didn't see it that way. That wasn't my intentions. I just got fed up with the fuck shit.
She got a YouTube green screen background. This is the one that she tried to claim it as her new house. She was dead serious and thinking she was going to convince us. She doesn't live in a shipping container on commercial property, or she's not supposed to.
As I often do still now. I get tired up with the fuck shit. So I'll make trolley situations or I'll make trolley live streams just to feed the dumb shit because I know idiots would run with it.
Really?
And then sit back and fucking laugh because they're stupid.
Okay.
As I did back then.
It's all an op. I
don't
get
deny
it.
that. Do I do it all the time? No. When I troll in that situation, I'll say, well, you dumbass, I was trolling you. If you wanted to believe the situation.
Hey, stupid. You have a particular way of typing. We always know when you're in a troll account.
And that's your fault. When I'm being honest, I don't say that.
Yeah, so, you got that right, Kate Winslet.
And the reason why I say honest is because people say when you're being petty and trolly, that's dishonesty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it that way.
You don't.
Because it's obviously the shit that I trolled with was 100% noticeably a troll.
Okay.
And never did I mislead anybody into believing that it was something other than a troll.
What?
But that's neither here nor there.
Then why troll? Please. I think you missed the point of trolling.
So, before I get off from here.
Oh boy. Is that a promise?
Or am I going to get off from here? Because there's some things that I wanted to cover.
Mm-hmm.
I may go on even longer. Because I can go all day if I need to.
Don't we know it? Don't we know it?
I think I need to do what that person says. I need to take footnotes so I can keep on track exactly what I mean to say in my live streams. Because I do often get off subject.
You can thank me for that. I've been telling you for years to take notes. Keep your shit straight.
Run with something, repeat myself over and over, and forget what the fuck I meant to say when I came live stream.
Mm-hmm.
An individual who brought up, well, I should say an individual who told me that I was brought up in the live stream last night with Gigi and them. Sorry, I didn't listen. I didn't make footnotes. I'm going to tell you, individual, I don't know who you are, and I don't know if you know me very well. I'm lazy. Okay? I don't like writing.
Because you can't.
So, to take footnotes, that means I would be not so lazy. I like to try to wing it in my live streams if I possibly can, which...
You're barely literate.
Most of the time, I don't. I get off subject and I start ranting, raving, repeating myself over and over, which I need to stop being lazy. But if you've been around me for the time that I've existed,
I think
to some people,
she said
most people know I'm a fucking lazy individual.
She's what was it last month on one of her many lives she deleted that because there's an Adderall shortage, she couldn't get a prescription filled. She live streamed her Yell phone call with Carlos because he couldn't pick it up for her. So, our theory, and we have nothing to back it up, just a theory, our opinion, and alleged, that she goes to Walmart and gets those caffeine pills, grinds them up, and sniffs them right up. Now, if you are a dedicated listener to her, like I took a week off from listening to her because she, oh boy, I need compensation. she she's taking something new and she rages on it, but you can tell because her voice gets really tight, like her jaw's locked, and she's just spitting out this, and you can hear it. And I'm going, holy shit! What's that zombie drug that's out there? Um, Bath salts. I was kind of wondering if it was bath salt. She was on. Yeesh.
And that requires a lot from me. But I'm trying to get into my email because there were some point keys that this person asked me to talk about. And I explained to this person that I could talk about it,
She outs all her people, so I don't know why she's being so brand new with this one.
but I don't know if it's going to make a difference. So let me find it.
Oh dear.
They wanted me to come up. They wanted me to touch bases on the allegations of the racism things. And see, I really cannot touch bases on that because I did a trolley thing in the community that I am involved with right now. I consistently got called a
Don't say you're in our community. You're not.
racist because this community employed an all black community to spear my name as saying that I was a white supremacist.
Okay. All right. Background. She was on a live call with police dispatch because she found out that charges were being pressed in real life on her. She went into full panic. She went to the police station to find out if this was really true, or the courthouse. I don't recall. Found out it was true. Got back into the car with Carlos. She was huffing and gasping and on the point of tears. She phoned up and she wanted it confirmed. Dispatch was telling her that, whatever. I've got it. Tanya Roberts has it. If you need to hear it, I will unprivate it and you can listen to yourself. And the dispatcher was telling her, oh, she was going to sue Houston. She was going to sue the DA. She was suing everybody. Dispatch was trying to be polite and telling her, well, I'll give you a number to this, and it was not what she wanted to hear. She's, well, disconnected and then just called her an N word with the hard R. It was a full on rant. And I was there at the right time and I caught it. Now, the black community she's going on about is unspoken purpose. They were dealing with Nina. And I posted, not to them, I posted on my channel what she did, what she said. They reached out to me, or it was a group that I can't remember this. Anyway, they I know. Sorry, this is going. Um, Alana had told this. She was in their group, their community. She had told them that she was mixed race. She is not, by the way. She's 100% Caucasian. And so she was telling the Unspoken's community all the shit, all these lies. And because I had posted that, it hit them pretty hard, and they kicked her out of their community. and she's salty about that because she was really lying heavily on being mixed race. Um, so that's a little back history on that. Sorry, I'm a little choppy here.
Premises and erase this. Now, this was before I did something that was very trolling and disgusting, but I did it. I can't say that I have any moral high grounds to discuss anything
Mm-hmm.
along the lines
You're
of
racist.
touching what is
Paneled
racist
up
and what
with
isn't
another
racist, is
racist.
what has been done racist in that community, because I did a skit, whether no one wants to admit that it was or not. It was a skit between me and one of my black
It was
friends where I
not
live
a
at,
skit. It
where
was not a skit. If you need to hear that, I have it, and you can tell she was full on scared. She likes to pretend that she hired somebody or had a friend, and they set this up. There was no setup.
I got fed up with being called a white supremacist and a racist myself. And I pretended that
Ugh,
I was in a heated argument over with the creator that recently had me jailed over false accusations. Thank God it that got dismissed. But
it
anyhow,
was not false. It was not false. He pussied out.
I was trying to get information. Well, the first time I called really was the police. But after that, I was like, it was all planned.
No, it wasn't.
I knew I wasn't going to get information because I knew that they wasn't going to give me information because they didn't have to. I knew that. I've known it all along. You can't get information. 9 times out of 10, the officer you're talking to on the phone is a desk officer. They have no clue what's going on. And if it had already been turned over to the investigator, they wouldn't be able to see that shit
I
anyway.
just love
But anywho,
on this. I just
that's neither here nor there. So you're not from or didn't know what had happened over here.
what?
I did a skit with a black friend of mine pretending that they were a female black officer.
Oh
Pretending
my
I
god!
purposely
Okay,
left
I'm
the mic
gonna
on.
re-release
I
it.
purposely act like that I didn't know that it was still recording, and I said the N word myself. Again, being trolling, being a petty bitch, because anybody that knows me that's had any dealings before this community absolutely knows that I'm not fucking racist. There's no evidence before that skit on the internet that I've ever said anything of sorts that could have led anyone to believe that
Oh,
way
I'm so
about
glad
me.
you brought this up again
But
because now I've got permission.
I can't call the gaining ground out for comments that could have been borderline racist. I can't call out
Exactly, little
supposed comments that Peanut had
semantics.
said. If they're true, I don't know. I couldn't find on Key Wheaton Farms if they are true, if those are in fact from Peanut. I can't verify if Nags was a part in some of the
Mhm.
racist stuff against Charlie Gold because I myself did a totally disgusting act recently. So, unfortunately, I'm not the person that can speak on that. So you may need to go to someone else that don't have skeletons that's been dug up and thrown all over the internet to take the moral high ground on that because I'm not the one. I can't do that.
Oh, that's so enlightened of you. So
Now I don't know
so self-aware.
the truth or the correctness about the statement. Again, I'm not going to expose this person, but apparently, at some time, supposedly,
I know, Yarn.
Gigi was supposed to have been involved in before this little mama individual came about in the community with another individual in the community, which
How she
again, I
makes
haven't been to
it sound
sleep
like she's in the middle of everything.
because the individual in my email said that I would find the evidence on Kiwi Farms, and I've poured through Kiwi Farms, and I did not. So I'm going to say that I cannot clarify or say that this is 100% accurate. But supposedly,
Oh, supposedly, allegedly.
there were acts before Little Mama came along of Gigi and his community suicide baiting someone else.
Oh boy.
And I was like, suicide baiting. I don't know if this person understands what suicide baiting means or if they meant suicide pushing. Suicide baiting, if this individual is
Do
watching,
tell.
is a terminology meaning that a person is basically
Uh-huh.
using the word or the actions or the iodulations of unlifing themselves to get attention,
Uh-huh.
to get pity for, or some
Bingo.
type of reward for talking that way.
Uh-huh.
Suicide pushing means that a group of people will go
Because
after an
that's the real
individual
thing,
and make
people. Suicide pushing is a real word. I bet you can find it in the dictionary, and it's totally not made up.
suggestions to that person, either directly or indirectly, of them to unlike themselves.
Oh,
So if you're in my live stream listening,
uh-huh.
if you could clarify what you actually meant by that, please. Now, I can say that when I was on the behalf of the gaining ground, and
Uh-huh.
that before me and him had fell out, his mental status did become a question.
Why do you keep saying that, talking to him like you guys were besties?
Because I can 100% say that at the time all this shit went down back in June and May of 2020, the man was going through a hard time in his personal life with his mother being very sick, and that
Oh,
he was so
don't do
taking care
that.
of his mother.
Don't do
His
that.
mother was living with him.
Don't do
He was trying to
that.
maintain a
You're
job
disgusting.
while taking care of a very ill mother. And when he got doxxed, he was being tormented day in and day out. He wasn't getting any
She's
sleep.
going there.
And if you're talking about him suicide baiting,
She's
he
going
wasn't
there.
suicide baiting. He was absolutely expressing that he was on the verge of a mental breakdown because of everything that was going on, and that he absolutely was not getting any sleep.
You are so without.
And that he had made a comment in one of his live streams that the activities that were going on to him could one day push someone to unlike themselves. He didn't say that he was going to do it. He just simply said that it's breaking him, that it could possibly fully break someone else. So if that's what you mean, he absolutely was not suicide baiting no one. He was at a breaking point. That's why he was manic living on
Nobody has
the
that
tweets
in
for long
mind
periods of
when you
times.
think
That's why
of
he was
him,
acting erratical in his
except
live streams
you.
and sometimes
You
uncontrollably
weirdo.
upset for over seemingly
You
the smallest
certainly don't
things.
have any boundaries.
That's why he was hypersensitive to a lot of things that were being said to him on the
So
internet at that time,
self-aware of other
because
people's
people
feelings.
absolutely
So
would not
empathic.
believe that he was getting phone calls all night and day,
Ugh. From you.
and that his mother was sick, and that he had a job.
Just like you were baiting Melody after she just lost her mother. You were taking advantage of somebody in a vulnerable position. You're disgusting.
I don't like the man. But again, my integrity is, I don't care if I don't like you. What is the truth? What is right, and what is
Saint
wrong is wrong.
Lana. Yep.
And that's the honest truth. He absolutely had no peace at that time.
From you.
And I'm going to also say this on the behalf of Charlie Gold's community.
Oh, God. Okay.
A lot of the big time players over there did not know that some of the people that you had following you were the ones going after him. And you kept adamantly denying that it was anybody from your community, when in fact it was.
What?
And they were doing it for the sole purpose of seeing the man tormented
Charlie
and in
Gold
a disarray like he
community
was, because
did
they thought
that.
it was absolutely fucking hilarious seeing him act like that in live streams.
Oh, boy. Oh,
Again,
boy.
the main reason why people still target me to try to trigger me into a mental status the same way. Some people are sick enough that they will torment somebody to a breaking point like that to get that type of reaction.
Yep.
Not realizing how far they're pushing that person
Mm-hmm.
and the dire consequences of what they're doing to that person. And honestly, these people don't fucking care.
No.
Generally, they don't see people when they're
I
in a
don't
mental.
care a thing about you. I lost any sympathy, compassion, or hope for you a long time ago. And when you doxed me for 5 hours on a banner using my legal name and address, that was the last nail in your coffin. I had nothing left to give you. And I'm going to be the sweat on your back. I'm going to be that fly in your ear. I'm going to be that booger in your nose. I'm going to always be there. As long as you do what you do, I will do what I do.
Crisis like that as even being human. And they didn't. All they cared about was keeping him so tired and so exhausted that he would be manty
It's a long
so that
one,
they would have
Taylor.
entertainment. And that's all they cared about. It was fucking hilarious to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I came about. I suffer from mental illness and I seen the stress that was going on.
Oh.
And if anybody was to ever take an honest look at those DMs, I was trying to calm the man down. I wasn't instigating, I wasn't fueling. I was simply trying to calm
Yes.
him down.
Yes. Yes.
Because often I wouldn't reach out to him unless he had one of those mantic live streams that was off the
Oh,
wall.
now that's one we haven't heard. We need to put down on the bingo card. Mantic. And mental snaps. Did we get mental snaps? I can't remember. But Mantic.
And I would go to him and say, hey, can you think about what you said in that live stream? Because, it kind of sounds crazy there.
So, in other words, she's telling another channel how to run their channel because concern.
But, when you're demonized, you're demonized.
You demonized yourself.
So I hope that answers your question if that's what you meant. Now, if you meant the other way.
Oh, gosh. I thought you were going to leave.
I can't say that I ever seen anybody other than a certain person doing what they did to me date anybody in that way. Unless that person is the person that did the same shit to me. So if you can email me, I'd appreciate it to clear up exactly what you want me to address or clarify. The next thing that this person wanted me to clarify about the gaining ground is unfortunately something I cannot touch on as well. Because this is so stupid. Why does someone's sexuality mean so much to somebody?
What?
Because I've often seen this a lot everywhere. They've attacked the gaining ground because of his sexuality. They've attacked other people because they seem to be one way, but this and this and that. Why does someone's sexuality matter to someone? That's what I want to know. The person asked me that in the beginning when the gaining ground came about on YouTube, did he ever...
Good question. Did she miss her doctor's appointment? We were supposed to get a live stream with her stepping on the scale to prove that she was 160 pounds. Over 200-pound weight loss in 10 months, folks. Yep. I wonder how that went.
Present himself as being a straight man? And the answer is no. He never gave the false belief that he was anything other than a reactor doing funny parodies towards Foodie Beauty. He never disclosed his sexuality to anyone. That was exposed.
Exposed?
When his parodies came out.
Oh.
But again, I'm going to have to ask, why does that matter?
I don't know. Why does that matter?
I have to ask that.
I will be right back. I have to pee.
Because a lot like with people saying that he was racist towards Charlie Gold, there's a lot of homophobia going on as well, in my opinion. A lot of stereotypes about homosexuality or pansexuality or whatever groups in the community is rampant in this community. And it's disgusting. So to the person that emailed me, no, he never misled anyone to believe that he was straight. Ever. that never came out of his mouth. He never acted in a certain way. He simply was just a creator doing funny skits towards foodie beauty. That's it. I don't know how anybody can perceive it any other way than that. But then again, I don't see the world through some of people's perceptions. And often I don't understand the mindset of what I'm dealing with or had dealt with anyway.
She's still on
He
our
never
mind.
disclosed his sexuality until it was exposed. And I believe that's when everything shifted in him.
Oh God.
And
I'm
people not
sorry I'm
wanting to honor stuff.
godding all over the place, but honestly,
Because a lot of people was accepting of him before they found out certain things about him. And then things kind of went touchy after that.
mm,
Again, this is before me and him fell out. And I don't have to like you to tell the truth. And I'm going to tell the truth. No matter what. Whether you
I
like me or
know.
not.
Oh my God.
When his sexuality got exposed, it was exposed on Twitter first. A lot of people's perception about Gigi had changed. The atmosphere towards the man had changed. Kiwi Farm's
Oh,
attitude against him changed even. It's kind of ironic that he's friends with a Kiwi farmer, but anyhow, I've seen a change in him. He wasn't into the reactions as wholeheartedly and quirky.
well, I gotta say, truthmonger about that. Yeah, the person she keeps referring to, the one that this person is, that's MT. He's all about the drama, and he's feeding her shit. So whatever. She's not fooling anybody. Unless it's a troll. Somebody's trolling her.
And as funny as he was before, there was a lot of pain and hurt from that. I don't know if he felt betrayed or what shifted, but things changed.
And you were right there when it happened, right?
And I guess if if it became that people judged you for your sexuality,
Oh,
I would feel certain ways about it as well. I mean,
this isn't the
you have to look at it from this
1970s, sweetie.
point of view, his point of view. I'm trying to give a backstory as honest as I can because whether he will ever admit it, he and I were friends.
No, you weren't.
He can deny it all he wants, but at the time, we were friends. I'm not talking about Kiki friends like him and other people that he is close to now. I'm talking about level 1 friends. He wouldn't disclose to me his deepest, darkest secrets, but,
No, you're full of
a
shit.
level 1 friend type
You
friendship.
are so full of shit.
And I'll later explain that. So, how can I put this the way that I need to put this to where it's fair to everybody?
Ooh.
Or frankly, just being as frank and honest about the situation because there's too
Oh,
much fucking
dude,
lies in
go
all
for
of
the
this.
frank and honest.
Period.
Yeah. Go for the frank and honest.
At the time when all this had happened, he had a certain belief about Charlie Gold, DC Media, on program situation, Michael B. Petty.
That's when we missed Michael B. Petty.
Who else was involved? Life of a Free Spirit, I believe. I don't know if he was really close to her or not. Where, the key players that became a hyper focus afterwards.
Yeah, we covered that.
Tension was building up, I believe, because well, we all know that the merchandise thing had happened. And then shortly after that, he got exposed for not being straight. And then shortly after that, everything exploded. He had got doxxed. He blamed Charlie Gold for it.
Because that was his privacy. Of course he was upset. It was his story to tell if he ever wanted to tell it. Of course he was upset.
And the matter of the fact of it is, it had nothing to do with any of all that. Just as many people felt close to Belinda and couldn't believe things are happening, just as many people felt like they were friends with certain people, he felt that he had a certain connection to these people. And when that shit happened, along with other things behind the scenes, and I'm just going to leave it at that, he felt betrayed. He felt like he was an important part of the, of their
I
community because
love the way that she's telling. Like she was right in the deep of it, in his confidence, knew his feelings about what was happening.
Charlie Gold was giving him recognition. She was recommending people to go watch him. He felt that he had that importance to her community.
Still living
And
in
when
his
the
grandmother's
debacle happened
basement.
with the freaking merchandise and things behind the scenes kind of popped off, and I'm not getting into that. I'm just going to leave it at that. It's neither here nor there.
Really?
It basically was like he got slapped in the fucking face. He felt like...
You're telling us how he felt again.
Then what the fuck was I to you? When he brought up the situation with the merchandise and people kept dismissing how he felt about it, it enraged him because, again, he felt like he was a part of the community.
You know, if she had been sober, had a proper education, a proper family life, I think there would have been something out there for her. She just remembers the most minutest details. Maybe she could have, made money tarot reading or being a psychic on TV or on the telephone. I don't know. She's just astonishing. Her insights. Oh my God. And yes, I'm being sarcastic, Alana.
And like I said, things were changing in him anyways. He didn't feel comfortable with consistently being mean towards Foodie Beauty. He just, that wasn't him. That wasn't what he wanted to be anyway. So him feeling at war with himself for what he was doing to get recognition, I believe this is my opinion, not what was told to me. But anyhow, along with the fact that he felt like he was a part of the community, and then when he brought something up, his opinions didn't matter and nobody gave a fuck and didn't even recognize that he was a human to them. They dismissed him and his feelings a lot like he's doing to everybody now.
What are you talking about?
And that's when the war started.
Oh, Lord love it.
I don't believe that.
Tell us.
The hyper focus on Charlie Gold was solely because of one thing. I think it was because he felt that
Charlie Gold went after him because he was getting too independent of her.
Then he got slapped in the damn face when he realized he meant nothing to nobody.
He was separating from the community. He found no joy in poking the death facts. He was exiting on his own volition. And they went for him. They went for the jugular. And boy, did they ever. But they didn't destroy him.
And on top of that, when he brought the situation up, very much he was explained to the world by Charlie Gold that he wasn't nobody to her or her community, which was another slap to his face.
Oh, boy.
And let me tell you something. He often said in the early stages of his channel, he's never been on YouTube. He don't know how YouTube works, and he doesn't know how things are on YouTube. So again, that was a hard blow to him. It was a hard blow to his psyche. It was a hard blow to him, period. But does that excuse for everything that's going on now and what happened then? No, it's not. It's not an excuse
You
for
idiot.
anything.
Now
People
I'm
have to
now
take
I'm losing
responsibility for their
patience with
actions,
this
for what
stupidity.
they've done, no matter what the situation was.
I am losing patience.
The next question this person asked me, do you really believe that the game ground was outraged about the merchandise? I absolutely do believe that the game ground at that time was upset that they were making fun of Amberland because she couldn't say disrespectful. And that he was totally against someone profiting off bullying someone. Yes, I absolutely do 100% stand behind that he was against that.
That was young dumb honey bun
Yes, I do.
that did that disrespectful thing.
Because the person that the gaining ground was then is not the person he is now. And I'm not saying that because me and him have our beef. The situation changed him.
Yes,
It
your
most
insight.
definitely
Oh
changed
my
him.
God.
And nobody's going to tell me anything fucking different. The person we met in the beginning is not the person who he is now. And I don't care what anybody says.
Okay.
I know because I was there.
All right.
I was there when he only had 100 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely watched the man change. Again, isn't it?
Just for funsies, I was part of your channel when you didn't even have 10 subscribers. Does that freak you out? Sure freaks me out.
Excuse? No, it's not. None of what ever happened, none of what I've done, none of what anybody's ever did to anybody is an excuse. We're all responsible for how we react to situations. I keep preaching that highly. No one makes you do anything. You make that choice.
Okay.
You choose
Mm-hmm.
how you feel any given moment.
Okay.
It's a conscious decision. Nobody makes you do nothing. You choose how you react to someone. You choose how you feel about someone. You choose every moment you wake your eyes to the moment you lay down and go to sleep. No one is responsible for what you do.
Oh, the insight, the wisdom. Yeah, actually, Kate, that's a really good.
But Charlie Go too, I'm not going to villainize her.
Because Gigi is very
Got
good.
blamed for a lot of shit and almost got totally deplatformed for shit she had nothing to do with. Her, Life of a Free Spirit, and several other key players in this got blamed for a lot of shit that she absolutely had nothing to do with. And the main thing that I keep bringing up is that Charlie Gold is blamed for Gigi's dox. Charlie Gold did not dox Gigi.
She sat on his information.
She didn't. Is she a saint? Hell no, she's not a saint. But she don't lie about her intentions and what she does either. She didn't lie when she said she obtained the information.
Guys, I'm about had it. I am now losing my mind. I don't want to give her any more of my energy. She's still live, so if you want to catch up, I started this live or her video about 20 minutes behind, so I'm sure you can find or pick up. I am sorry. I am done with this shit. So I am going to call it. I'm going to get some breakfast. I'm going to get another cup of coffee. Um, and I will poke around other people's lives to see what they're saying. So thank you so very much for sticking it with me this long. I usually don't go for like 3 hours and 40. Jesus Christ. I usually have the patience for like 4 hours or sorry, 2 hours. So you can't watch her unfiltered. I know. I'm sorry, but I've just had it with this pontification and her insights to what Gigi was thinking, and I just can't. I just okay. Anyway, guys, thank you for lasting as long as you did, And I will see you at another time, another date. Bye bye.